river not far from the Texas line. I ain't got much, but I'm damn proud of this double wide off in the pines. I'll do whatever it takes, I'll go to my grave, protecting me and mine. So you better understand, if you step on my land, I'll leave you where you lie, let the wolves cry. Money and greed, and we've all paid the cost. There ain't nowhere to ease the pain from this disease or get back what we've lost. Now history says that the wolves are all dead, but the truth is we've all moved on. We're still around on the outskirts of town, just want to be left alone. Let the wolves cry. Line. I ain't got much, but I'm damn proud of this double wide off in the pines.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Bam, there we are. So, morning. So, what's up, Matt, William, Josh? Here, I'll put it on the coop. BB hitting the lead. I'm waiting for him to come out. Oh. Yeah, I just figured I'd go try to go live, shoot the shit with somebody. Kind of good old BB. Hey, what's up, Hillbilly Homesteader? Can y'all hear me okay, by the way? I guess I could have asked y'all that at first. Of course, I think BB's drowning me out. I guess he's coming out right at the moment. I'll look for him. Let me see. That way I can at least see everybody. Woo! Cool, cool. Hey, what's up, Mr. Rank? What's up, buddy? Right on. Get you some rest. It's just time to get busy around here. Man, this thing feels weird pointed up that high. Can I bring it? Hey, what's up, Northern Sounds? Old BB singing that tune. I love it too. Oh man. You know, cracks me up. I was somewhat stressed. I don't really know. I'm not stressed. Found out around here where I'm at. Lord have mercy. He is something, ain't he? Oh, there. She made it to work. Hey, what's up, Milky? Damn, I don't know what I did here. Okay, there it goes. Nope, don't know what I just did. Man. Oh yeah, I've heard all about that hillbilly too. I've heard all about. Can't you like tell him? Tell him what time to. It's like, yo, man, just let him do him. I'd rather hear that natural crow of a rooster than this yapping ass dog just because it wants attention. So I told him to deal with it. Damn mosquito right there. But no, I'm in a rural area, but I got to tell you, I didn't see this about 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But that's where the liberal, the Democrat started working their way in. There's literally people that will call themselves conservatives. And right now they're wanting to pass a Texas property code called 211. That means if you have a property owners association, and I'm just going to dumb this down, and you have 100 of those property owners. Thank you, BB. If you have 100 of those property owners, well, right now the way it stands is it would take 51 of those property owners to decide to change something. So if something wasn't right, it would take 51 of those actual property owners. Well, the way the new code goes with the 211 is it's kind of like in the good old famous words of Joe Biden. It's not who votes. It's not who votes, it's who counts the votes, because then you don't have 51 of those property owners. 51 of the received votes. And it's like, well, that opens that up to a lot of interpretation. Receive. So who receives them? And then it's like, I even tried to point out to some of these people that were supposedly conservatives. Hell, dude, we got somebody here that was part of the whole little boo-hoo shit up there. I mean, you would think that, and they're so quick to just hand over that, yeah, let's vote for that. It's like, but what happens when you're not the one sitting on the board and you're not the one making these decisions? Oh, well. No, oh, well, shit, buddy, because once you turn it loose, you don't get it back. And trying to get, man, I'm blown away. Morning, Josh. Mad Shag, greetings from the Erie Coast. Sorry, I didn't even pay attention. I started babbling. Hell, I guess I can do this. Let's see. If a bam, 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 bam. Bam. Okay. Shad, Milky, any of me? There you go. I'm just shooting the shit. Shooting the shit, venting a little bit. Just floored at how just with all that's going on, people will just give their shit away. I know it. Hey, Hillbilly, didn't I hear you say how you were fixing to do one of Bear's training things, right? Weren't you going to refuge medical training? Oh, and hell, if you got eggs, you got to ride. What's up, Backwoods? man. Dude, did you see this shit this weekend? What is today? Today's the 6th. It was yesterday up in Georgia. I'm so disappointed in people. The whole little... What? Well, I don't know what I just did. Can't really explain it, but I think I just did something in YouTube. I don't know. I hope I didn't report anybody. I don't even know who I selected, but I was pouring coffee and some coffee hit my phone, and all of a sudden in the chat thing, the little action thing, well, it popped up and went away a while ago. And then all of a sudden, I just did it again, only this time I didn't select nothing. So I don't know what might have happened. So if anybody got deleted or some shit. Oh, here you go. Kiddos are coming out. Here's one of my girls. Oh, damn, boy, did you hear BB's fat ass hit the foot? Oh, look at him. Uh-oh. Y'all fixing to watch it go down. Does that classify as internet porn? Picked on a few comments. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's going down, son. Don't look. Put the kids away. This is how fertilization goes. Nature 101. Maybe that's why I get on the internet. I get on the internet so weird shit happens and then the world can see the weird shit. Morning, Miss Nancy. But I know, right? And they talk shit about us, Matt. Yeah. Hell. What's up, BB? You feeling frisky, buddy? Brown chicken, brown cow. Brown chicken, brown cow. Uh-oh. Let's see. We got Miss Milky up here. Let's see. Bam. There we go. What's up, Milky?
Hi. Wanted to come say good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Oh, ain't BB looking big? Look at him.
I was noticing that. He's quite big compared to the ladies.
Yep. He's filling out. But I get accused of kind of feeding him too much and spoiling him a little bit. But we do kind of do these. Them mealworms ain't cheap.
They're your babies.
But they love them.
Yep.
Yeah. It was funny. Me and him, we've had a couple of rounds. I kind of bopped him upside the head the other day with the plastic cup.
Oh, did he come at you?
Well, yeah, the way he, like just then, how he was coming out, well, I had gone in and opened the door, so I had slid the door open, and I was looking at the feed, and boy, I heard this thump, and it was him jumping down in the thing, and he come running out that door like his little old chest was all bowed up, and he comes stomping down that ramp and doing his little side step at me, and I said, hey, now you better chill. And here, I'll be damned, he looped around that ramp, and he comes at me sideways, and I just took the cup, and I went, thump. I said, now look. And now he doesn't jack with it. Plus,
Lucky.
I think he's understanding with Rudy too, because Rudy will come outside sometimes, and boy, he gets all whoa. And then I'll tell Rudy to go lay down. Well, Rudy turns around and goes and lays down. So then it's like BB starting to understand. It's like, oh, so yeah, so you're the head rooster, okay? It's like, yep, that's me, buddy.
I never could get my rooster to understand that. I gotta try with another one.
Hey, Matt, you be careful at work, brother. Make it a good day.
Later, Matt. I'm just getting going today.
You're
I
just
was
getting
up
going.
most of the night. Well, yeah, for some reason I had a cough, and then my husband had a cough, and I think I irritated him enough that he went and slept on the couch. So, like, I kind of slept in this morning a little bit.
Damn, I think he's got them nervous to come down. Look at them. They're like, I don't want to go down. He's ready.
He wants to get some.
Yeah.
And they're quite
Louise
not
is going
quite
to
there
jump
yet.
off the other side. Look, yep, that's what it was. Run, girl, run. Uh-oh. Run, Nikki. He's coming up on you. There it is. Yeah, Nikki started laying. So now all I got left is Thelma's got to kind of get with the program.
I saw that. You enjoying those eggs?
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. Isn't that nice? You can make a breakfast or whatever, and it's something that you raised on your own.
That's it.
I still get excited about that.
I will say, since you're up here, because I want to ask. So what's this? Okay, so the deal with apple cider vinegar.
Right.
People talk about putting it in the water. You just
It's got
put like a cap full in there or something, or
I guess it depends on how big your water is. Like, how many gallons does it hold?
I don't know. It's actually that far white one you can see hanging under there. What is that, like a gallon? If that.
I mean, honestly, you know what I would do? I don't do it right now, but I just do a glug.
Okay.
Or a splash, or I'm not a measurer unless I have to bake, and that's why I don't like baking very much, because I just kind of throw shit together,
Yeah. Well, see, that's because I do have those little cup deals, it's the little red cups with the yellow deals inside that you can hook up to the water lines.
Oh yeah, the
I've got
automatic
some of
waterers.
those. Yeah, and I'm going to end up trying to do that where I can underneath have a container so it's not in the sun, but I can fill it, and then it's going to come over and come down and run along the edge right down there and have the little cups for them to drink out of.
Oh, that'll be nice. Yeah, it gets a lot. It's less messy. What I love to do, I got those nipples that you could put on the bottom of a bucket, and I would hang it. But I mean, I haven't set that up in a while because some of my little nipple waterers, they got leaky, which wasn't a big deal, but
well, I
either one
guess
of
I
those
could
are
do
pretty
that.
cool.
I could do that with this because I was just looking at what people had, and I'm like, okay, well, then I looked on Amazon and they're not very expensive at all. So I went ahead and got it some.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, they're pretty inexpensive.
Well, and I went ahead and you can either drill a hole and just screw those like into the bottom of a milk, a 5-gallon bucket or something, or I got the little T connectors for the PVC pipe, so I can screw them into that, but then I can glue them in a PVC pipe and make like a line. So,
see, the pipe might actually, I don't know, depending on your setup. I love those pipe systems. The only thing, but it wouldn't really be a thing for you because you don't really have a lot of freezes, do you?
No, ma'am. No.
Because I would have. I mean, I can't run like the bucket with the nipple water thingies when it's cold out. So I get lazy sometimes. It starts getting warm, and I'm like, yeah, I should put that back up and get another bucket. Yeah. Right now, I just feed them or water them in a pan, and I just clean it out every day.
Wow.
Those rubber things.
Yeah, that's what I kind of even do here, even when it's not free. I just kind of go in because I don't understand, but it's effing chickens. But somehow the water thing is like 5 inches off of the ground, but they still get dirt all in that ring, and it's like, okay, I guess.
I told you, chickens are messy. Messy.
Hey, morning, Ross. Morning, Garrett. Morning, Wizard.
Hey, y'all. Garrett's
Anybody
in
I
here
missed?
too.
Yes, ma'am. Garrett came in.
Han Solo.
I hadn't seen Hans.
Yeah, he came in earlier.
Oh, there he is. Yep.
I just saw that coop of ill repute. I like it.
Yeah, I dig the new door.
It looks nice.
That helps so much. Plus, especially like in this very spot that I got them, that's one thing I told her as I noticed is which we knew when we put the plywood up, it was temporary. We just were trying to do something to get them closed in. But like where they're sitting right now, well, with the plywood on the front, when the sun comes up, then almost all that's still in the shade because the plywood was making it shade.
Ah.
And now they get sun all the way around, and I can see them clearly from all over. I like the bigger because I
Being
changed
able
the
to see it all.
wiring. That's 1/2 inch where the other was 1/4 inch.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm gonna use the 1/4 inch on the gardening.
Keep all those little things from getting in.
Yes, ma'am.
I love all your background noises. Mine are like dogs in the background.
Well, luckily that one's chilled out today.
No. I watched a little bit of Hutch's stream yesterday, and freaking Backwoods was about to lose his shit with the neighbor's dog.
Shut up.
Mine don't always listen when I tell them to stop. But they are my warning, system. I can always tell if somebody's gotten out because dogs start barking like crazy, or if somebody's coming up the drive. Because I cannot hear people coming up my driveway. I hate that. I can hear everybody else's driveway across the hill, but I can't hear mine. I want to put one of those driveway alarms. Those things are handy.
Put you a dinger out there.
Because the way it works is like it comes up the hill on the side, so I can't see until they're pretty much up in front of the house,
Oh yeah, you need one of those little beams that sends you up a signal and ding you about a 5-second little dinger up there to let you know somebody come up the way.
Yeah, I hated it at my mom's house because she had one of those because her driveway was about 1/10 of a mile long, and I used to really dislike it. And then eventually I was like, oh, that's great. You have time to, get to the door or, check and see who it is, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Hey, morning, Kim. Man,
hey, Kim.
Am I too close? Is he too loud? I don't know how I can turn that down. Can't turn him down.
I've got earbuds in, but it's not too loud to me.
Okay. Morning, Miss Kim. Some awesome handiwork you've been doing. I've been seeing that.
Oh yeah?
She's been crocheting.
See, crocheting's so much fun. It's been forever since I did that. I noticed Sophia did a stream with bread making. Did you see that? And she was making butter. And I was kind of zipping through it this morning because I didn't see it last night. But I got to that point, I was like, oh, she's washing butter out.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, she showed people, I guess, how to make butter.
Hell yeah. I was trying to watch some of Sophie's, and I started it. Let's see, what'd she do? Because she had just shown the pans, and she put them in the oven, and it was punching the little timer thing, and then shit around here. So then I didn't see no more after that.
I went to bed fairly early last night. We watched a TV show and then kind of crashed.
I had to take a chill pill. I was stressing. These people around here are just getting me, and I don't know.
What are they doing?
They're really looking into trying to pass. They want to vote and pass this Texas property code called 211. And
I
thank you,
came
BB.
in when you were talking about that.
Yeah, and it's so obvious of why that's stupid. I mean, it's like,
What
okay,
is
so
it?
wait a minute. So you're saying that if we have 100 property owners in this area right now, if we wanted to put some kind of restriction or we wanted to do anything, thank you, BB. If we wanted to do anything, well, it would take 51 of those property owners to say, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so that's kind of just a real dumbed down version of the way it is right now.
So kind of
If they,
setting up a homeowners association without it actually have already been chartered or something.
well, see, in Texas, we have homeowners and we have property owners. So we have two different ones.
Okay.
So we have HOA and POAs. And either one of them are POSs. So it's but they, and dude, none of these things have ever like, it was chartered like back in the 60s, this little area.
Okay.
And it was a rural community. And that's the way it was chartered. It was a rural community. That's that. And it's always been that way. And what's happened though, and I didn't realize it, but this is these fucking liberals and these Democrats and shit that don't like the city. They don't like the nastiness of the city, but they like the control and they like just the ease and just this, big brother's going to take care of everything. I ain't got to stress. And they've moved up here. And so now all of a sudden they want to instigate this 211. And so instead of having 51 of the property owners decide to do something, it's just in the votes that are received. So in other words, you take and mail out these 100 ballots to vote on this, but wait, we only got 30 back. And well, 16 of them said, yeah, let's do it. So there it passes. And I'm trying to explain that to them and they just don't get it because they're so caught up in there because some of them are on the board. So they think that, well, because I'm the one in the seat, it won't be like that. And it's like, but what happens when you're not there? I mean, do you not comprehend what has just happened in the past couple of years? Same titles, president, House, Senate, same titles, same jobs, but because of two different types of people in those positions, it has flipped the country upside down. So do you think that that's smart? Oh, I don't know why you've got to be so anti-community, Brian. I don't know why you have to be against this. I thought we were friends. Wait a minute. What the fuck has friends got to do with it? Friends ain't facts, buddy. Facts are facts. Friends are friends.
Well, the problem
They're not
is
the same.
The more control that you give, then when you're not in control is what basically you're saying, and that was the whole idea of like not having a very strong federal government.
Well, it's the laziness, Milky, too, because it's like when you listen to what they bitch about people pouring trash out of the little trash cans at the park. They overfill it with some house trash or the maintenance fees. There's another one. They don't really want to come out and say that they want to be able to use some kind of legal jurisdiction to enforce a maintenance fee. But that's what it comes down to, because it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. If you're wanting some kind of maintenance shit, then why don't you just ask fucking people that live on the lakes if they want to pay more? Why are you having to go with this enforcement? Do you think that because you do this, that all of a sudden people that aren't wanting to pay are going to go, oh, okay, I will? Nope. What's going to happen is that line is fixing to get divided even more, and you're fixing to end up with a fucking fight. And I can tell you right now, if your happy ass steps on my property, dude, I'm fucking 60. I ain't got shit. I got shit to look forward to. I got shit left. Don't come fuck with me. You come fuck with me.
Get off my lawn.
That's it. And they want to play all this shit. And what gets me is some of the fucking buried people bitching about it. And it's like, well, you do understand that your shit ain't like all prim and proper. I mean, you kind of got your own little burn pile shit going. You got your own little stack of shit. Hell, they bitched about somebody because some Hispanic people moved in and they painted their fucking house down this one road and it's pink. But you know what I saw whenever I saw them go in and get the place? I thought, damn, all of a sudden that's pretty nice. Look, they cleaned all that shit up, but not these fucking people. These people want to bitch about the color of the house.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
well, I'm so
people
glad
are
you're
fun.
self-righteous. Take your happy ass back down to Harris County and Houston and shit where your cesspool of life is at. Fucktards. Pisses me off. Come up here and ruin my little pool of tranquility, damn it.
Don't drop a pebble in that pool.
That's it.
Toffees,
You ain't gonna like the
I swear.
ripple effect.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean they don't get it. They don't understand that, people can be themselves. I mean, yeah, sure. Do I not like it if something is messed up at a neighbor's place? Sure, but at the same time, my place isn't perfect. That's for dang sure. I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done. Hey,
Well,
Nikki.
and it's funny because they act like somehow if you can it's like the damn gun law shit. It's like, oh wow, look, something bad happened. Well, then what was used? A gun? Oh, well, then okay, let's pass some law against that gun because we don't want to look at the person. It's like around here, you want people to stop dumping some trash and shit. Well, how about you just start calling them out and quit playing this nice game about, well, it would be nice if somebody wouldn't dump their household garbage. You did have your address in this and bullshit. Yo, Bob, don't dump your shit out here anymore. How's that? Call them out.
I could see that, yeah.
That's how you change shit. It ain't going to be because you pass some 211 and then whenever you realize that you just screwed up, it's too late because you don't get to take it back.
So what kind of stuff are they trying to pass with the 211? Is it just like a broad blanket of whatever we want?
The point of that 211 is actually changing the way the vote system goes. That's the point of that
Okay.
211 is instead of all property owners, it's the received votes. So you go from literally 100 property owners, you have to have 51, all 100 votes have to come back and 51 of those have to say, yes, we want to do this. Pretty much flat out emphatical. It's just a very upfront, direct way to do it. There you go. Well, see, they want to play the shyster Democratic dance around. Let's see if we can finagle this our way down, which is to then say, well, we mailed out 100 ballots, but we only got back this many. And when we counted them, this many said, okay, so there it goes, it passes. And it's like, but wait a minute. How do we know that all 100 people got the votes? How do we know you got that many back? How do we know that many voted for that? Oh, well, because I'm going to tell you that. Well, so we've had other shit around here that went south. Wow, but that was then. You got to quit looking in the past. No bullshit. Precedent and standing means a lot.
It's true. Huh. Interesting. I don't think that would go down very well here. I don't know. I'm surprised, there, that it's happening,
Yeah, well, that's kind of what has shocked me here these past few months when and then I loved how one of the phrases I was even told by somebody is this will, and then even in capital letters, will pass. And I'm thinking, damn, man, this is really starting to be like deja vu, only this is not presidential. This is like local.
Yeah. Wizard has a point with reading the Texas Constitution.
Yeah, let's see if there's... See, I think there is, which I got to say, in all honesty, if they did do it, there's not really a damn thing that they can do other than huff and puff, because the first time they try to take somebody to some kind of court or something, they have no precedent. They have no standing. There's actually a lot to show. There's a lot to show just the opposite.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what the hell? Well, see, and then I pieced together some little things. It's like, I was listening to a story and I caught this and I went, wow, now that's strange. But did you know that over 85% of the teachers are actually Democratic?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They were looking at all
it makes sense though, honestly. If you look at what colleges are pumping out,
Yeah. And so then it's like, well, wait a minute, because see, that's the one drawback to right here, and it didn't click until now. Now it's clicking. And
Yeah.
I'll see if I can say this right, because I don't dabble in that world too much. I just remember back when my mom was doing the JP kind of thing and all that shit, and her best friend was on the school board and all that. But right here where I'm at, this school district in Texas, it might be all over, I don't know, because I'm not a teacher, but damn, baby, really? Don't you need to go get a drink or something, dude? Here, apparently, like if you're a teacher and like say down in Houston in the regular system, it has to do with your retirement and shit. And so I heard that a long time ago. I just didn't know what it meant, but now I know where all these people are coming from and why things are changing the way they are. These teachers used to come out of some of those big districts, and they would come up here because if you worked here for a year and you retired, then you got better benefits or some shit. So you could finish off your tenure here and end up better off than in one of those bigger school districts. Well, I just always
especially
used
if
to.
there's cost of living.
Well, yeah, but no, it has to do with their retirement, and it's some classification because this district is like labeled as one thing, and so if you're a teacher out of here, then it's kind of like being a federal employee or being just an employee. Federal employees, get these lifetime things and they get all these cool benefits, where just regular job people, you just get what you get, and that's that. And so
Right.
there's something special about like their retirement from here, their benefits. And I always just figured that they kind of that was a way to kind of finish out the thing. Okay, sounds cool. It sounds viable if you got this little thing, and I'm getting close to checking out. So I'm going to retire. I'm going to go here, and that way I can secure my benefits. Sounds good. Well, now I'm seeing it, and it's like, wait a minute. And then you're telling me over 85% of these people in this education system are Democratic. And then I'm starting to look around here, and it's like, so you people are all Democratic thinking. So this is why we're starting to get stupid.
Well, they were quite smart when they started going into the pushing further education and stuff. Not that I'm opposed to that. I believe people should always be learning, but they really took over the
Oh, did I lose you? Did I go out or did you go out? Well, I didn't catch what you just said. I just don't know if I just quit or if you blip for a minute.
Oh, what'd you miss?
Damn, what was it, the last thing you said?
I was walking around, sorry. Well, I was saying, like, they were smart. They went after the next generation, and they started in the education system, and they pushed education, which, or higher education, which is all fine and good, but, they completely infiltrated the next generation. The one after that, and the one after that.
Man, oh man. And you've got these 20, 30-year-olds that are dragging their kids right out there and amongst all this shit. So they're basically raising the next wave.
Yeah, which is why I kind of was saying, like, that actually needs to be kind of more of a focus, because some of these battles are a little bit lost. It's not defeatism, but we got to understand, like, in order to not lose ground or to eventually gain ground, we have to be focusing on that. We got to think long term, long con.
Yep. Hey, Miss Jen, what's up, Backwoods? Canadian.
Hey, y'all.
What's up, buddy? Hey, Jen, you should have a package. And when you get it, if you'll let me know, because I'm just going to be honest, I don't quite remember what all I put in the box. I think I do, but I'm not sure. So if you tell me what all's in there again, I can tell you what goes to who.
Are you suffering from old timers?
No, I'm just I don't know how to make this sound any better than it's going to. I'm really trying my damnedest to give a shit. I mean, it's not like in a depressed, all like, ooh, it just, I really, I don't know. It's like, what's the point? You know, it's, I'm just so
Well,
done with this.
unfortunately, the point is thinking outside of oneself, you know. So that's an endless pool of um, inspiration.
What's up, Backwoods?
What's going on?
Ooh,
Uh,
you sound sleepy.
Jen, I sent it. I know that I sent two at the same time. One went to Hudson up in New York, and he got his. So that one should be there. I'll check the tracking whenever I go back in the house. You might look today. Got a little something in there. I just threw some little stuff in there, and
That's so sweet.
I was going to
Doing
try to
pictures.
send another one this week. She's going to bring them up to the meetup y'all are having.
Oh, cool. Pity you're not going.
Shoot, no, I wish. I just couldn't. One, I can't afford the flight, and even like when I was talking to Nikki, even if I could fly up there, there's no way I couldn't even survive probably the walk from the damn ramp coming off of that plane to get through the terminal, much less.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And I don't think I could drive solo. I don't think I'd make it. I mean, I'd make it.
Bit of a drive.
It would not be, that would not be the thing to do to arrive at a social engagement, because I don't think I would be in a very social atmosphere by the time I got there.
You'd be a grumpy ass man.
Pretty much, yes, ma'am.
Backwoods is going to be a grumpy ass man.
I'm never grumpy.
Just let that dog start barking and he'll show you grumpy.
I'm only grumpy when I'm at home by myself. I don't usually when I'm with my friends. I'm not very grumpy at all. I enjoy my
Picking on you. You're all
friendship.
smiles.
Oh, damn. Nikki said change plans. She's driving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Well, I don't know, Nikki, if you want to talk. I can try to concoct something.
Rescue, what's this? Before I popped on there, what are you talking about? Not giving a shit about anything.
You just, it's always hard to find the right way to say it, because I know how it gets looked at in general, the depression thing. It's not that. It's like working a job. You work a job. It's the same thing over and over. You keep asking for this improvement. No, you keep making do. You keep repairing it. And it just, at some point, you're just kind of like, I'm just kind of done with this. And so it's kind of like here, I'm looking around and it's kind of like, I don't know, man. And this will sound really whiny ass, but it's like right here around me, dude, I got nobody. So it's like, and now I just, in the past month, I'm fixing to have some throwdowns, I guess, because I'll drop a motherfucker. You come up on my property. I mean, it is what it is. So if you're going to start bowing up with all this property code shit, well, it is what it is. But there's no, like, I don't have nobody to hang out with, barbecue, or there's no, so you just kind of go, you got people in your life that I've made commitments to, and I'm just that way. So it's kind of like I got to roll with what decisions I made, whether I like them or not. Now it is what it is.
It's the responsibility part.
Yep. And so you just roll with it. And now I just kind of go, I'll be glad when I can punch the time clock, be done.
You got a lot more fighting to do.
For what purpose, though? See, that's just it. For what purpose?
Well, depends on if it's for your purpose or if it's for something that's bigger than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've always kind of been by that creed, and that's kind of what's always kept me going. But you just, I don't know. It's kind of had around with a certain individual that's really close in my life, and it's kind of like part of that discussion was, how it feels to point out shit for over 2 decades, and nobody does one fucking thing whatsoever to make any change. Do you know what message that sends? That sends the I don't give a shit message. And then when I repeat that for about 10 years and still nothing changes, that kind of drives it home. And so then you kind of plateau to this level to where it's like, okay, I get the niceties and I get the politeness, but you don't give a flying fuck. And I would just like to go on and hear that flat out right than to play in this little word game salad mix.
I could see that.
Yep. I think there's probably a lot of folks around that have I'm trying to think of how to say this the right way. I think there's a lot of folks around these days right now that are in the position of, I'm just tired of the shit and just don't care anymore, if that makes sense. And not on any particular subject, you know what I'm saying? Just, we each got our things that we fight with, I guess you can say, or that annoy us and things like that. I was listening earlier, Milkmaid had brought up, about yesterday with the dog, and I mean, there's a lot of like I've gotten to the point where everything has went so in a wrong way in this country that I've got to where, like, I'm at the point where I could just not care enough to just walk across the street while the dude's there and just shoot that dog. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
You mean your give a fuck's getting broken?
Yeah, like I don't give a shit. Like if he wants to fight afterwards, we can fight. If he wants to call the police, I'll go to jail. I don't care. I mean, I just, you know what? I don't know if that makes sense. How I'm trying to say it.
Yeah.
You just like adopt the dog and then he becomes your best bud. Just saying. Like, then you can annoy him.
Right. No, it's just,
I understand the frustration with dogs barking though, because we got rabbit beagle breeders next door, and God, they can bark. I just learned to tune it out, honestly.
Well, and it's not just, like the dog, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just kind of one of them annoyances, but I really think that a lot of people I feel like a lot of people I don't think they really believe what is coming or what is about to happen to our country or what is happening to our country. And
yeah.
I don't believe that people really believe it.
They'll believe it eventually.
Oh, I guarantee you they're going to believe it eventually.
I think people are going to change because our generations, they grew up in kind of a very easy, I mean, even though it wasn't necessarily easy, it was. And I think as we move forward, it's going to get harder and harder, and you're really going to see the wheat separate from the chaff, And
by the way, hey, Kiss Off, my little troublemaker. How are you, ma'am?
What's up, Kiss
Good morning.
Off? Sherry Leach, how you doing?
Sherry?
Yeah, I mean, it ain't that I'm like losing myself. It's hard to say this, but it's like I'm losing others. You know what I mean? Like I'll be friends. I've been told basically my whole life, like you never meet a stranger, do you? And I'm like, no, I enjoy meeting people and getting to know new friends and things like that. But just the things that I see people are so in a general sense, that of how easily people are so willing to just turn a blind eye,
Mhm.
to just don't care. It's I spoke about it I think a little bit yesterday and on Hutch's live stream, I mean, we got people that are watching people get shot and people get um, we're watching people get sexually assaulted in the streets and doing nothing, and just you got people that are. I mean, I seen did y'all hear about the Hobby Lobby shooting?
Yeah.
I mean, the employee and the boss got into it, and the employee just pulled out a gun and shot the dude, man,
Yep.
killed him, just shot and killed him over an argument. I mean, it just
Shit, dude. The shit yesterday at in Georgia. That stupid Antifa shit, dude. At the training facility, and of all places. So a training facility that they're trying to build, dude, and you got to see this little footage. And they literally go up there and they chase them off and start torching all this equipment and shit. And it's like, okay, yeah. It's
You
like, so
know
we're
what
going to
blows
do this all over again?
what blows my mind with all of that is like they get pissed off when cops fuck up, right? But then training keeps that from happening, you know, as long as that's a whole other diatribe. But
Yeah. Oh, well,
yeah.
I
that's what
have
got
not
me.
been watching the fantastical news for the most part the last couple of days, just because I needed a break and I've got stuff going on here. But
Well, I don't watch them. I actually happened to catch that from that Andy Nago, that Asian guy that they beat up, dude. I just happened to
mhm.
catch a little thing from him a few hours ago that he posted about that and with this footage from it. And I was like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
you're going to go you want them to have training because you say that they're bullies and that they're abusing their power and they're doing all this wrong. So they're building a training facility to train them. But no, now you're going to go and want to burn that down.
yeah, but see,
Well, that
I'm sorry. Go
good.
ahead, bro.
No, go ahead.
Well, that's something that has kind of been a bother to me for a while. Um, I went and stood and was willing to fight Antifa, BLM, you know, on the Capitol steps and met them at different places in Arkansas and was willing to fight. I mean, firefight if we needed to. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make a shit to me. I was ready to put that shit down and nobody cared, man. And Antifa, which BLM ain't nothing like they were because they got exposed, for stealing all the money and things
Yeah.
like that. But Antifa is still a thing, and I tried to tell people we need to crush them now, and they're just anarchists. They don't want police at all. They started out. It's kind of that.
Well, they are the fascist.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm getting at. They started. They're the type. Their gameplay is, well, let's say we hate the cops, and they need more training and everything. Well, then when you try to do something to train them, to train the police, then they protest that. Antifa's ideological thought process is they want total anarchy. They're anarchists. They do not want any type of rule of law.
Yeah.
They're brown coats, though. I mean, honestly,
Yes.
they will eventually. They're useful idiots. Um, and honestly, we have to like look at ourselves too and figure out if we're useful idiots in different situations as well. I think that's really important to remember that too. Especially when it's like Democrat versus Republican, that kind of thing. We need to be careful not to be useful idiots as well. Although
Well, and
there is strength in numbers too, so there's that. I don't know.
you get people that are in a anxious or stressful, or their life is not in a good spot. They're so easily coaxed along because then you just get taught to blame the system. Well, now you want to fight the system, and you get drugged in like a vacuum into that. And the next thing you know, you're actually, because that's why I crack up at all the anarchists. But then I just want to know how many people have actually been in a prison unit that has gone into full riot and come out of that and then stood there going, that's it. I want the whole country. I want all the law to be gone. I want it lawlessness. Nobody, you won't find anybody that's ever walked through that, because it's like you might not like the rules, but there's some benefit to having some borders to some shit, some guidelines and some rules. Because you go full of lawlessness and you just better hope you're a big bad mofo, because somebody's coming to take your shit.
Well, and you have to realize too that like they're big, bad mofos too that will do that. Like there's always going to be a power vacuum somewhere. I mean, we could go wild west, which a lot of people are like, yeah, just arm everybody. It's kind of funny because like I believe everybody should have the right, it's our God-given right to, to a protection and stuff. But sometimes I look around and I'm like, dude, if all these crazy ass people had guns,
hey,
well,
it would sort
be
out
bloody.
real quick.
It would sort out real quick, but you'd come out with like strong good people and strong bad people and warring. So I can see like there's a time. I don't know how to explain this. I do want everybody armed though. I think that's better than the alternative.
Well, you know what? I'd rather know that you're probably armed than to kind of wonder if you're armed.
Becomes politer eventually.
Yep.
But with a certain caliber of people that are around these days, like it would be really ugly for a little bit there,
My son scares me. I keep waiting. My son scares me. I keep waiting for a phone call because he's getting madder, but he's also, that's been his life for quite a few years now. So he's a carrier. So, and he's had a couple of incidences, and that last one, I was like, holy shit, dude, you just can't up and go that far, that fast.
Yeah.
And, cause I was at a gas station and that dude got up in his face, and without even thinking, all of a sudden he reached down, he did it, and he went right underneath that dude's beard and put it right under his chin. He said, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, you'll back the fuck up. And then nobody realized what was kind of happening until that dude stepped back. And then everybody around the gas station saw what my son had in his hand and was like, oh my God. And so my son was just like, whatever, hung up the pump, got in his truck, and he drove over to a parking spot, and he just waited because he goes, oh, I knew it was coming. And sure enough, wait, and then they're all pointing over at him, and he comes over and he goes, yep, and I got a license too. And told him what happened, and he goes, well, and I told my son, I go, dude, what if you had been just a little bit heated before that engagement?
Mm-hmm.
Then you would have been splattering some shit, and then I would have been visiting you for the rest of my life.
Right. No, yeah.
And so you got to really, people are, and I don't know how to say this because I'm not trying to offend nobody, and I seem to be doing a lot of that here lately, but
I'm offended.
It's easy to talk about the pew-pews, and it's easy to talk about throwing lead, but it's kind of, man, there's a finality to that, and there's a life-changing event that comes to that. So if you're an anger person, then that's not something you need to just jump on that bandwagon, because that's not going to gel with your personality. You need to tone down and learn some patience. You need to learn some constraint before you take on that role, because that's how bad shit happens.
Well, I think again, like it's people these days, they don't know how to exercise self-control in a lot of ways. I mean, we all have it, so I'm not preaching here, but like again, it's kind of a societal thing. Like you learn eventually by watching other people get dead to learn how to exercise some self-control when it's in that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you end up 6 feet under.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten to the point to where
Yeah, Canadian.
it's gotten to the point to where I don't, you know, that's kind of where I was going with that Canadian. Whatever. Like I go if I have to go into public, you know, not just my little downtown here. I mean, I just put my head down, go get what I want. I don't shop around. I leave and go back home. You know, I don't. It's like I don't even want to be in public anymore at all.
You like shopping just about as much as me, right?
Yeah.
God, I
People
hated
suck.
that yesterday. I went on a Sunday of all things to Sam's
Ooh.
Club. You know how stupid that is?
Mm.
So all your fellow people went. What's up, Mad Dog? And Miss Ohio?
Hey, y'all.
I just it's I don't know. It's really hard to explain um, exactly the feeling, but man, I don't know. It's just hard to explain. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I can relate. I can totally relate. You kind of go and you just, like I said, I'm just going to say it because it is what it is. But dude, you watch people and you just get disgusted. And I don't know, this is going to sound really probably bad and I probably shouldn't say it. And that's probably was my first clue was knowing that I shouldn't say this, but because
Y'all are gonna hate me for saying this.
I'm an asshole, so I'm going to say it anyway. But you know, you just, I was a fuck up. And then I changed all that. And then I have spent decades doing anything I possibly could do to help people, whether it was in the forest on fighting thing, the accidents, the house fires, just responding to shit, working electrical stuff. I always liked helping people because it just somehow, and now I got to say, I've reached a point when you look back and you go, you know, half of you motherfuckers just need to kick the fucking bucket and get out of the way. It's just like, you know, because it's like, damn, you put your fucking house out, tried to save as much shit. People took in this, they suffer this, got this cuts, scratches, bruises, bangs, whatever. And what did you do? You go and you start protesting some shit, or you're over here. It's like you don't even accept what just happened to you, and you can't even acknowledge that somebody did something for you. Instead, you got a bunch of fucking people that are like a bunch of twat waffles, and they're useless, and it pisses me off. And I don't know. See there, that's my it's my dark moment for the Monday. You just look around and you go, man, you're like wasting airspace. You
I,
just need to just go away.
That's always gonna be a thing, though. It's people.
What's up, Aussie? Rick, how are you, my Australian brother? Yeah,
yeah,
pure blood.
Oh,
I'm
Rick.
I'm the same way, hillbilly. So I'm never more than 3 to 5 feet from a
Dude,
firearm. I've got
got,
I can look down right here and touch. I've got one right here that stays beside me all the time.
I gotta tell you guys this because it cracks me up so much. There are literally because I'm in some chats with like gun guys and Geardo people and stuff like that because I'm learning. As part of what I've been trying to learn recently is a lot of that. Like I've been around it forever. My husband is, you know, that's been his profession forever.
Yeah.
With that kind of stuff. So he knows his stuff, but I always ignored it. Well, now I'm learning about it. But I tell you what, some of these guys go a little overboard. They have a freaking like waterproof bag in their shower for their pistol, or they consider like if they were sitting on the shitter. And you know, what if there was a home invasion at that moment? So they always have a gun next to their toilet. And I'm like, dude, I think you're maybe taking it a bit far. We're not in like WROL right now.
I-
Just cracks me up.
Well, Milkmaid, I appreciate you making fun of me because I keep one in the bathroom.
Do you really?
I've thought that very thing. You know what worst fucking place for something to happen? And it's not necessarily that I think there's going to be like a home invasion or anything, but just the fact of being at that vulnerable spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
it's
but
it's it's
I
not
get what
it like it's honestly it's not like I'm sitting there going, trying to, have a poop and I'm sitting there going, God dang, somebody's gonna break in the door, man. It's not like that. It's more of I'm comfortable with having a firearm next to me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, I mean, we have them scattered everywhere in the house and stuff like that. Like, and it could be more that I'm rural, like I don't live in the city or anything. So I could see like a higher level of oh, what's the word? What's the word backwoods?
See, look at all the people, Milkmaid.
And I'm
Yep.
just sorry,
Hillbilly, Hillbilly, Nikki. Yeah. See,
corn pop. Reach back and smear it.
right, Cornball. Cornball says there's no need for a gun in that scenario. You've already got your pants off, so all you got to do is stand up and establish dominance.
see, Prepper even says,
Oh, now I feel bad. I've offended half the internet.
you called us all crazy. Y'all hear that? Milkmaid just called us all crazy, man.
Well, no, and there's, it's like a lot of people because there's quite a few people that's it's always with them, but just see that's the thing though. I think that nowadays there's other people that are seeing those people, and it's kind of like that wannabe style. Only
Uh-huh.
they don't understand, but those people have been around. It's like that. You've been around them your whole life, and so while it looks one way to people, but they don't understand. But your personality, your mentality, your thinking, it's all that's part of it. It's not something new to you, but it's new to them. And that's the ones that I worry about make stupid decisions at irrational
True.
times.
Yeah, Hillbilly has a point. The other levels of security.
That's it. Oh, I know. And at first, boy, I used to think, man, I need to put up a couple of lights because I had the motion lights. But to be honest, I cut most of them off nowadays because my cameras will show shit at night way better. I can see your ass creeping through bushes and shit with the cameras because of the infrared stuff.
See, I don't have cameras, and I probably actually should. It's like what I do when it comes to like threats to security is I kind of play the likelihood, the probability versus possibility. So the possibility of that happening right now, very, very low. Now, if things went way south or there was some stuff popping off, well, then yeah, you up that level of it's more probable versus possible, So I can see that. That's why I said, where I'm at, it's not that likely. However, plus they'd have to go through a lot of people before they got to me. But
Hey, Pilgrim.
hey,
So,
Pilgrim, there's a couple of people that came in chat. See,
Hey, C. Yeah, I hadn't seen C in a minute.
I saw him the other day in the chat.
Well, that's because you're everywhere.
Not as much these days. I miss a lot.
Do you miss it or are you just not there?
I mean, I miss out on knowing shit, but well, and in some ways I do miss it, but at the same time, I really enjoyed not being online as much. And Jeep, I forgot to say hi to Jeep. Sorry.
What's up, Jeep?
Gee. Yeah.
He's going to be at the meetup too.
Could be a little polite for a moment. No, I'll say hi to everybody.
and attack backwoods. Hey, Hutch. Yeah, but then you have to put up with him and his comb.
Hutch is a prick. Fuck Hutch. He ain't shit.
No thanks.
Right?
Nah, I like Hutch. I swear he's like a brother.
I'm gonna go up and see Hutch this week. I was gonna go last week, like Thursday or whatever, but we had the chance of them bad, tornadoes and shit, so I didn't
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I'm going this. I'm going this week.
Was there
Wednesday.
damage out there because of that?
In some places, yeah, there was some. A lot of the places here got straight line winds.
Uh-huh.
Like not too far from, just a little bit south from me, we had some pretty good
All that
damage.
damn.
Straight line winds. Some of the outbuildings and barns and shit like I got, got the roofs blown off of them, shit like that.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
That's why I had to
Yeah.
spend a couple of days picking all this up right back there, all them ladders. That shit was flowing all around, boy. That wind, I was actually worried. I was going, oh man, I hope one of them damn limbs don't snap off, because
Yeah,
my roof climbing days are over.
I'm talking like just a couple of miles, way crow flies. I mean, it ain't far from me at all. Luckily with straight line winds, a lot of times it's just, isolated to certain
Certain areas.
spots. So
Yeah. We got the tail end of that with the winds and everything. Like, everything on my porch was blowing away. But
Yeah.
there was a dude, he was in one of those gun chats or whatever, and he took a picture of a tornado. I mean, it was a great picture, and he was in Texas. And I was like, man, I mean, I always had this thing for tornadoes. Like, I really want to see one up close. And they're like, no, you don't. I said, I know, but I just really want to see one up close. I don't want to get hit by it, but I want to see one. But of course, Twister was my favorite movie growing up, so. Did I just kill the conversation?
No,
no, I'm just.
So
I
you're
was
gonna see
listening, but then I
Hutch.
was reading. Kiss Off asked where my ball cap was, so I put my ball cap on. I guess my head must be offending her. Deal with it, lady.
Right.
Ooh.
So now,
Good thing Hutch ain't up here. His ugly ass, man. He'd make us all look pretty.
I want my headphones.
by the way, Kiss Off, I heard your boy Fetterman is still in the hospital or something. I mean, are y'all going to vote for him again after he kicks the bucket like you did the other guy?
Hutch voted for Biden.
You're so goading him. You know that doesn't work, right?
He did. Some
I will say,
keeps his camera turned that one way, because if you turn it around on that, in that little building that he always does his streams on and stuff, he's got a picture of Kamala Harris in a bikini.
Ooh. Not Pelosi?
No.
I guess Kamala is better looking than Pelosi.
Hey, Marie.
Past those laughs.
oh, hey, Sister Marie. Oh, wait, there we go. Let's see. Bam, no, come on. Where'd you go? There it is. Just thought I'd show some support before a nap. I'm managing injury-wise, but nothing is any better 6 months later. Damn. I feel for you, Sister Marie. I hope you can find somebody out. That's hard too. I gotta say, I'm not really digging this whole doctor search thing and talking to these people. You start to realize just how screwed up the medical field is. I mean, I knew it was messed up, but then now it's like, oh shit, it's like really that bad. Okay.
Hey, Leslie. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sister Marie, to hear that. I hadn't heard from her in a while.
Yes. Excuse me. It's good to hear from her. I'm so glad to see her. That's one of those moments when you see somebody in chat and they say something and just kind of like seeing that go by makes you feel better.
Right. It's funny how we make these attachments online.
Well, I think naturally we're socially interactive. It's just that
Right.
when you remove this, once again, you start removing boundaries and shit, and you end up in Shitville.
I don't know if I want to go to Shitville.
Well, we're headed there, ma'am. So buckle up, Buttercup.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be very soon. Just every time you wake up, it's going to be Shitville. It don't matter if you move to another state and wake up, it's going to be Shitville.
Well, there's
Dude,
happening.
you listen to this shit too over Ukraine, and you go, "Wow, they're like they really are like, oh man, we've got to back this. I mean, this is like it all pivots on this and all this shit, and it's like." Does anybody else pick up on the fact that they just sent fucking money to pay their pensions while your happy ass is on food stamps and shit over here? I mean, does that not just sound ass backwards or what?
Oh, you've got a very hypnotized mass right now.
Yes, they are.
I mean, what was it?
Hey, there's a dude right here, and I hate to say his name because by God, don't you dare any one of you go give him any views, but his name is Texas Pete or some shit like that. And I just happened to stumble across the channel. I'm like, well, damn, a Texas guy. Okay. Has a few hundred people. He's doing this live. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll listen in. I'm listening. Got his little cowboy hat on. You know, got his little Texas flag in the back. And he's talking. And all of a sudden, dude, he starts talking about the GOP. And I went, wait, what? Okay, well, no, maybe he's talking about some of them rhinos. And nope. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. And it was, I had stumbled into one of these little democratic liberal ass bullshit thinkers and how, man, and he's doing the whole Ukraine and we got to support this and these people that are not supporting backing them. And, you know, we really need to call them out and this border and what they're trying to, this, what is it, facade and this lie. And I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, what? Do you not see this actual live shit?
Are you familiar with Bjorn?
Who?
Bjorn.
Bjorn. Oh, yeah. I think I've seen a few of his.
He did a great video a long time ago, and it was talking about mass hypnosis. And I'm not talking about, you know, the watch swinging in front of your face kind of thing. But he did a breakdown of the psychology of it. And basically, so you plant, and he was talking about, you know, the sickness or pandemic or whatever. Anyhow, he was talking about when a mass of people are fed one thing, right? And then they get that hooked in the back of their brain. It's based in fear most of the time, right? And then from that,
Is she breaking up or is it me backwards?
She is.
Okay. She's walking around.
No, I'm sitting still.
It's that damn Dollar Tree internet.
What happened to the fiber?
It's there. It's like full bars too. It's because I said something. I'm pretty sure. Can you hear me now?
You know, how many times have I told you, you need to call that extension down there about 3 floors down and tell them to bring you some new hardware because yours is acting up.
Tell you what, my Fed bros are like sucking ass these days. Sorry, but
it may, real quick, it may be. I think we had a pretty big CME yesterday.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it was like a pretty good one.
Well, I'll tell you, man, there's something up about this fiber. Because one thing I've noticed is just listening and then also knowing what's kind of going around just in my old work field, kind of. And dude, it's like how fast they came in with yours backwards, how much they finished up Milky's just like that all of a sudden. And then I've heard other people, and they are just pouring money out into this rural broadband project. And it's like, okay, unfortunately, because the way you've been acting the past few years, I'm getting real suspicious. So
Oh yeah.
then it's kind of like, so wait, well, then I got to thinking about the fiber backbone. And it's like, well, there's how you can consolidate shit. Because if you're tapping everybody into the fiber backbone, it's all going to be right there. Then you can snatch stuff that people won't see the lag. I don't know how to explain that in
Yeah.
just plain terms, but it's kind of like a water hose. It's like when you're on a cable or on satellite or on DSL phone line setup, all those are packets, and you got to watch how you capture data out of those type of streams, because they're struggling along anyway. It's kind of like hooking a trailer up to a Volkswagen. All of a sudden it's going to suffer the load. Well, people would notice that, but buddy, in the fiber, you can redirect that stream, and you can capture all kinds. And I got to say, there are 13-story buildings that don't do anything but collect data.
Well, no doubt.
Yeah. And so it just kind of, and all of a sudden because see, that's what I hate to say the word sometimes, because then it's going to open all the other rabbit holes. But because see, it's like the big thing with 5G, which actually 5G, everybody's still freaking out over 5G. And just so they know that, put on your new tinfoil hat, because there's 10G's coming, because it really has to do with the handling of packets and the exchange. And we've gone from a download and receive type internet to where it's a stream. So that means you need to talk back just as much as you're getting talked to. Well, that happens when you balance out the communication field. That's what fiber does. Oh, look at here. We got Hillbilly showing up.
Say what?
We got Hillbilly showing up.
What's up, Hillbilly?
Hey,
What's up? Good morning.
morning.
Morning, man.
So I was just thinking about something while you guys were talking about this, the fiber and all the glitches and all that stuff, right? So can you guys see me all right? I know the sun is horrible, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm ugly. You don't need to see me. They're putting that fiber shit up everywhere out here in Connecticut. Everywhere. You see these little small crews, and they look like these little fucking mom and pop, like thrown together crews with these shitty ass trucks, and they're fucking winding this fiberware. But what clicked into my mind was, you guys remember that guy that worked for the CIA that leaked all the shit? I forgot what his name is. I want to say Ed Norton, but that's not it.
Julian?
What's that?
Snowden?
Yes, Snowden. Right? Didn't he take off and go to Russia?
Yeah.
To avoid getting all prosecuted and shit. And who are we having trouble with right now?
Uh-huh.
So there's got to be some kind of connection to that guy's capabilities and what's going on with the Whiskey Alpha Romeo, the internet stuff, like all the stuff that's going on. There really could be some correlation, all the words, with that scenario, right? Like, am I crazy?
No, not crazy. Well, I mean, you could be crazy, but then we're all crazy.
Well, yeah,
What's
that's
normal?
debatable, right? Yeah, opinions are like assholes, right?
Everybody's got them. What's up?
So
Pete?
I don't know, man. Like, it's something to think about, dude. Like, that guy and just everything that's going on. Yeah, it's nuts, man. I'm seeing it all over the place too, just like you guys are.
I see what you're saying. I will say though, I see him over there a little different. I see him as being reactive. It's like the shit that we experienced here, and we all kind of have our reaction, but then their overall NATO shit is pushing on him with their shit, and you're seeing his reaction. That maybe makes me a bad guy, but because I was raised to where you're supposed to always fear the Ruskies. But I gotta say, right. I'm not really seeing. I'm actually seeing the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah. There's a lot going on that should have have people
Well,
very
dude.
concerned right now.
And it's like all the shit that you hear, dude, you're hearing the complete opposite, or at least that's what the take I get from what I see and hear coming from over there. Like over here, they're trying to make it sound how bad the Bears doing. Oh man, they're doing so bad, you know. And it's like, no, actually, when you kind of listen to the shit that's coming out over there, it's actually just the opposite, dude. They're talking about like a crane, boots on the ground crane guy, potentially 4 to 8 hours life expectancy.
Yeah. Yep. I heard the same thing.
And it's like, yeah, okay, well, that doesn't sound like that's the side that's winning, but okay, we can keep going with that narrative, I guess.
Yep. Well, like Milkmaid said earlier, right? Like we're dealing with a very brainwashed society as a whole, nation, you know, worldwide, not just in our country, but worldwide probably, right? Like everybody's just fucking brainwashed because they're, well, not everybody, but you know, the masses. Yep.
Everybody's chickens are fired up.
Are they like super loud?
No, that's good, dude. I don't mind if it's loud. Hey, man, if people that came here to the Cluckin Alamo and you're getting pissed because you're hearing chickens, then I don't know. There was something in the title that should have clued you in.
I got an earbud in, and I'm obviously stacking wood, and they're just over there, so they're essentially right behind me.
It's a beautiful looking day there.
Oh, it's gorgeous here. I think it's supposed to be like almost 50 today.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Ooh, look at them garden beds.
Yeah, garden beds, yeah.
Hillbilly does the stuff.
I'm going to put you full screen for a minute, Hillbilly. Hold on.
Roger. Yeah, spread some compost on the beds last week, so that's all getting nice and melted in. And then we got a couple over here next to the little chicken coop thing, and yeah, I love it.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. Doing them things.
We got, I posted a short, I don't know, whatever, a couple days ago about the little greenhouse in the house. The missus, you know, started all the seeds, and today's day 6 from when we put the seeds into the little pods, and we've got like cucumber plants and squash plants in there that are already 3-4 inches long. I got to dig out all the other pots, and we got to transplant a bunch of stuff this week.
Hey, Miss Sherry, I just want to say, because I was scrolling up in chat and I saw where you were like, oh, Lord, noisy chickens. I'm sorry, ma'am. I was not talking about you. So I was just talking about anybody else that was griping about chickens.
Don't worry. We're not talking about all you cackling hens out there either.
What's up, Michigan Outpost? Morning, Miss Sharon. Morning, Miss Sherry.
You say
What's up?
I said, are you saying we cackle?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not this group. I can't. Yeah, I can't tolerate that shit. Fuck that. Nope. It's so nice out here. Oh my goodness. Oh, somebody's up there buying eggs. Can barely keep enough eggs up there for sale now. Now that they started coming back laying, people are buying them left and right.
Oh, all right. I'm hoping that once the third one starts laying, and then I want to get like 3 or 4 more, because I'd really like to get 6 to 8 eggs a day. Just because, hell, if I decided one day that I want to have breakfast, that's going to be pretty much about 8 eggs. So. Yeah. We did dinner the other night for breakfast. I made cheesy eggs, and just me and the missus went through 10 eggs. Like it was nothing. And so she had gotten Easter egg layer chicks or whatever the hell they are back like 6 months ago. We got our first blue egg yesterday from one of those. Yeah. Tiny little thing, man. Like, you know how they lay like a smaller egg, but the thing was tiny, but like the prettiest baby blue color. It was pretty neat. That's the one thing I gotta say you bring up. Sorry, backwards. Their eggs are kind of small, and I was kind of like, man, okay, I might need to do 8 to 10 eggs.
That feed thing that was going around a while back, that shit was true.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
was real true. Because my hens had quit laying, and now they're laying like crazy again. We switch, we had that one bag of food, and
Oh,
I mean
shit,
it was
I got
just
a
one
call.
bag, and they freaking quit laying, man, and now they're laying like crazy.
Hey, I'm on a
See,
live
that's
stream.
I'm on the live stream.
I'm on a live
All right.
stream.
Yeah. That's all it took
Yeah,
for
go
me
ahead,
was
pick through it.
listening to a
Yep.
few people, and they were like, okay, they were laying. I was feeding this. I heard
Shit, I
that
lost my
story and
damn
realized that,
earbud.
yeah, mine hadn't been
Fuck.
laying. I changed that feed out and put this in, and within a week they were laying. And it's kind of like, well, that didn't sound like rocket scientist to me. So I was like, there we go. We just avoid that food.
It didn't take but about 3 days, and mine were laying again.
Really? That quick? It was a
Huh?
protein, I want to say.
Shit.
Yeah.
Hell, when mine didn't lay one day, I went into freak out mode. I wasn't sure if something was
I gotta
wrong or
hop
not.
out and then hop back in.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, Roman.
hear anything because of when I get a call or something like that, it completely mutes me or mutes everybody.
Yes. Yeah, Roman. That's
Yeah.
Purina Pride. It's Purina is the main manufacturer that makes Tractor Supply brand, which is American Pride.
Or
yes.
Producer's Pride.
Yeah,
It's producer's pride. Yeah.
Producer's Pride.
Yeah, that's the one. It did, like, because I was buying that Laena, before, but it's gotten where it's like $25 a bag now, man. It was 15, and it's like 25 now.
Oh
So
yeah.
I was like, well, this other one, is only about $16. So I thought, well, I'll get it, and shit. Well, they was like, they wouldn't lay no eggs, and so yeah. So then I went back to the Purina Pride, but we got a couple of feed stores here, and one of the places they make they've got somebody that makes like deer feed, chicken feed, things like that, and it's some local guy, and the deer feed really seems to be really, really well. It attracts them in real nice, and so I'm getting that food, for the chicken feed, that they make there, and it's a lot better, and it's about $18 a bag. It's not too bad.
What I used to do, this was a couple of years ago, but I was making my own chicken feed, and there was a recipe somebody put up. It was like Joel South, somebody who was like affiliated with him, and it was from fish meal.
Going robot hard.
But I would do that, make my.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that too. Just
We lost her.
and you get pound bags of everything, and it's different like ratio to stuff with like all this stuff. But they did really well on that. That was about the time that I had the egg eaters, the like 50 freaking egg eaters. Ugh, that was terrible.
Egg eaters? Your chickens were eating the eggs?
Yeah, I've had 2 bouts of that actually.
Oh man, oh that's so fucking irritating. Do you put the like the fake eggs inside anywhere for them?
I mean, I've done that, but what it was is they'll tease each other. I had a duck. I had these 3 ducks that somebody was getting rid of. I hate ducks, by the way. But and only because of this, because what happened was duck ate an egg and another chicken found out, and then from that point they taught each other. And whenever I had one laying hen sing her song, it was like dinner bell. Everybody came flying to the coop. We're eating the eggs, and it wasn't having anything to do with her nutrition. I tried everything, and I had the entire flock and start from scratch again.
Oh man, I've got at least one chicken that's she's not eating the eggs now, but I find like 1 or 2 eggs every day that has a little peck hole through the shell. It doesn't go through the membrane, but it goes through the shell.
Yeah.
And like now that I've been home a little bit more lately, I'm waiting to find the chicken that does it, because when I find her, I'm gonna break her neck
You know,
on the spot. On
Yeah.
the spot, no questions asked, no jury, no trial. She's done.
hey, Hillbilly, what you try to do, take it and just put it in the middle of all of them and just watch for a while and see which
Yeah.
one pull her out. She'll teach the other.
Yep, that's a good idea. But I put on top of that the nesting box roof. I don't know if I did a video on it or not, but I made it the clear ribbed roofing panels. So now I can see down in there. So I'll walk over there, and I'm trying to take eggs out like a few times a day out of the nesting box, just to not to give them the opportunity. And so I like watch through the nesting box, and I feel like a creep, and I'm like I'm in there watching them do something that just feels weird sometimes. You know, you're like creeping, trying to find that chicken that's pecking the egg. Yeah.
Hey, Mad Dog, I will say when it comes to that feed, just keep in mind, and that was because that's what I went to dig for to find out of, like right there, and it's CB and Purina. Then they have like 2 main mixing hubs, and so it'll get processed. Well, it'll get bagged, but then it's going to get stacked and palleted and sent out to different places. That's why I went across the country, but it was from Purina. That was the manufacturer of that brand for Tractor Supply.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
We talk about that? We talked about that, right? With the new deal that they had with Eggland's Best.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Are we talking about that? I don't remember. It was, yeah. So
Hey, Tiger.
Purina and the company that owns Purina and the company that owns Eggland's Best, they like hooked up last year and we're making this big like 400 million square foot free range chicken facility, right? And this all came together last September, was when the finishing touches were on all of this, the building and all that, and it was supposed to come, start being active, and then we started to see these fires. Then now we're learning that we started to see the change in the feed and the reaction that the chickens are having. So it's all mixed together.
You got all communities, all these little cities that are starting to try to target chickens, and yeah, it's kind of
I'm gonna grab the bag stuff that I'm using now, which it's not cheap. It's $26 a bag, and that's the scratch room. This is the egg production. Like I said, it's a company out of Maine. Go where y'all can see this. It's Poulin Grain. I can get it in the damn camera here. And like I said, they're out of Maine, but it's soy free and digestive health, and all the things. There's all the things on there. But it's I got more eggs than I know what to do with now. It's awfully convenient. You know what I mean?
I think Milky's she said she's got to roll, so I think she's fixing to be heading out. Are you heading out, Milky?
Yeah, sorry. I just didn't want to interrupt, but
No worries.
later I just have to get some stuff done. But good to see all y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice
It's
to
good
see
to
you.
hear from you.
And see you later, Milk.
Later, y'all.
Be safe.
Later. Oh, there,
Bullshit,
Leslie's saying. Leslie, oh, there it goes right there. Leslie said her dog food, even from Purina, was making their dog sick.
Yep. Yeah, we had to switch the dog's food a couple months ago that we were getting from Tractor Supply. It was, I don't know, it wasn't like Tractor Supply brand, but it was their form of, and it was doing the same thing, making our dog sick, and we couldn't figure it out. And she switched the food, and now we don't seem to have a problem.
There you go.
But we're wearing tinfoil hats when we start talking about talking about the connections that corporations have and, you know, what they're doing to the masses, to the people. We're conspiracy theorists. Crazy.
Lady Smith, morning, lady. She says, hell, that makes pricey eggs just feeding at those prices,
Yeah.
Hillbilly.
Yeah, it cost me. I just bought food yesterday. No, today, Monday. I got food Sunday, I think. It's $46 and change for a 50-pound bag of the layer feed and scratch grain. I mix those two together, and that's what I feed them. And so if I sell eggs consistently, then it comes out. I break even. I can buy feed in 2 weeks off egg money, and then we get to eat eggs for free. So
Oh, yeah.
that's kind of, you know, if you're trying to do eggs to make money, you're in the wrong business.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah.
the way it
Go
is
ahead,
here.
Beckwith.
I've only got 5 hens, you know, so it's really just for fresh eggs for me, you know. It I mean it costs me about the same to buy a dozen eggs at the store, but you know what I'm saying. I mean I trust my eggs a lot more than I do the ones from the store. I guess is a good
Right.
way.
Hell yeah.
You
Hey,
ain't got to worry
lady,
about no shit going down with your own.
hey, Lady Smith, how you doing? Yeah, it's
Hey, I'll tell you what, while you're talking backwards, I'm going to put it on the chickens, but I'm going to go grab them some scratch that I can give them real quick. So I'll be right back.
all right. Yeah, I don't know that it's got to where I feel like hillbilly hell. It's got to where I feel like I'm just want to do my own thing here at the house and just not, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it, man. I've really had this don't give two shits attitude here lately. Like I don't know how to explain it. You know, it's just I don't feel like I don't think enough of the people get it and what's happening. You know, I just read an article this weekend that the Federal Reserve, you know, is there. I mean, they're full on getting digital currency ready.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're
I just had to switch my bank app because whatever, man. It's 2023 and there's some shit you just can't get around, right? So you have your bank account on an app, right? Well, I had gotten a couple of emails, or maybe it was a notification when I went on the app that there was like a digital thing, whatever, switch come in, whatever, and I just ignored it. Then I go to get into my bank account a couple of days ago, and I can't get into my bank account. So, and what actually had happened was, so I had my debit card locked. You can lock that through the app, so you can't. It can't get, you know, scammed online. Well, my phone bill goes through that card. It couldn't read the card because it was locked. My phone ended up getting, you know, suspended. I have, you know, like a prepaid service, if you will.
right.
So this was just a circle jerk of things. So I had to go and redo this new app for my bank, and they wanted to do my thumbprint. They wanted to take a picture. They wanted to scan my eyes. And I'm like, I rejected all of this stuff. Like I'll type in my password, username and password every single time, right? Like I'm going with my feet fucking dragging. I'm fighting this tooth and nail. But it's going to come to a point where there's no choice.
That's
There's no choice. There's going to be no choice.
you know, there was a conspiracy theory, you know, going around about the mask and everything, and with your eyes, you know, with them being able to I don't
Retina
think,
scanning and shit.
yeah, I don't think that conspiracy theory was you know, very far off, if you know what I mean.
No, my wife uses it to get into her phone. She uses the fake recognition or face recognition, and she's got an iPhone, right? And we all know about the iPhone and Apple and all that shit, right? And yeah, it's crazy, man.
Like, Lady Smith, I don't think he can see chat very well. Lady Smith wants to know, Hillbilly, do you grow any grains for feed?
I do grow corn, and we grow like extra of everything. So I'm not like putting back grain, but we grow a lot of extra vegetables just to give to the chickens and the pig. So we supplement their food pretty well in the summertime.
Yeah, that's what we do. We even, you know, because it gets so hot here during the summer, and what we do is I just go and buy the great value, the cheapest mixed veggies. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? They're just
Yep.
mixed vegetables, and I keep them frozen,
Yep.
and then, you know, I take them out there each day and give them a bag full of them, and it helps keep them cooled down, and you know they get nutrition off the veggies. You know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll buy it because I tried to grow watermelon a few times and I just don't have good luck with it. But whenever it's on sale, you know, at the grocery store or the market or whatever, we'll buy a couple of watermelons, cut them up, freeze them, and then dump them out in batches in the summertime for them. And it's kind of cool to change. It kind of like changes the color of their yolks too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We supplement as much as we can. I mean, I don't know, like there's only so much you can do, right? Like I'm on an acre, so I maximize as much as I can on that acre. But like, so back we were talking about the chickens, right, and raising eggs. Like even with the meat birds, you know, we do 100 to 150 meat birds a year. And like if you're really breaking it down on the cost, and if you include your time, like it's not worth it financially, right? Like it's really not. But it breaks down, and you're paying like $4 to $5 a pound for the chicken. But you can overcook it and cook it and cut it with a fork. You know, it's that tender, it's that juicy, it's you know where it's coming from. These chickens here, man, they get treated like royalty. They eat so well. So
Yeah.
to be able to know that's enough for that mindset of doing the things, you know, the homesteading or raising and growing your own food like that. That should be the reason you're doing it, not because, oh, I'm going to save, you know, $1 a pound or $2 a pound. You're doing it for the wrong reason.
Well, you should be doing it to get off of the system itself. I mean, that's part of the system, to me anyway, is being dependent on companies and corporations to then offer you shit. Well, then you're the cow standing in the pasture just waiting for the guy to come with the bag of feed. That's kind of that's for me what I view it as. Like this is my little way of, I wish I had actually done it a long time ago now, but I get my little eggs. I'm gonna try to do my garden stuff, have a little bit of veggies, doing some trading with some neighbors. Hell, it's already worked out. They already brought me a big old bowl of like the peelings from carrots and potatoes and celery and stuff that they had grown, and they were processing, fixing a can, and they were like, "Hey, Brian, do you want to give these to your child?" I'm like, "Shoot, yeah." Because when they start laying and I get a good little thing, we're gonna trade off, and that's how things were back before all this greed and money shit started and businesses took over. People work together.
Yeah, that's what. Because my wife, she's got diabetes too, so she didn't want to take the medication to keep her sugar and all that stuff correct. So she pretty much just eats veggies and shit like that, you know, beans and stuff like that as well. So we give a lot of, you know, her leftovers or her part that she cuts off and don't, you know, we give all that to our chickens. It helps supplement a lot, and we give a lot of stuff to our dogs as well. Roman had said, You can give your dogs the thawed frozen veggies and rice, good supplement for working dogs. And yeah, we also feed our dogs. I mean, our dogs eat blueberries and freaking um, bananas, and they love that shit, man.
Yep. Yeah, my wife will go to the, especially this time of year, she'll go to like the, the reduced produce section at the grocery store, and she'll pick up, a bunch of damaged apples or whatever stuff like that, and we'll give that to the dogs. Yeah, the dogs love apples. Shush, do you know who you're growling at?
Huh.
Oh, the dogs. I came into the house. The dogs are in their kennels. And that one, he's a mouthy one. That's Sheldon. He's mouthy, but he's a little chicken shit. And then that's Cash. That's my boy. And don't get on me about them being in the kennel. They're still in fucking training.
Shit, we still got kennels set up for our dogs when they don't act right.
They're comfortable in there, man. That's even when the doors are open, like they'll go and just lay in the kennel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, you can get on the couch. And that's just where they want to be.
If that's what they're used to, that's what I really wish we had probably this one here. Now, my other one that we used to have, he was just one of the kids, but this one here, yeah, I wish we had just went ahead and stuck with the whole kennel thing and been like, this will just be your day-to-day life. Because nowadays, man, little dude's batshit crazy. You can't leave him nowhere. He goes into anxiety freak out mode. He's a boxer, so he's emo.
A lot of people don't realize that the kennel, if they're raised in the kennel or with the kennel, they use it for their security as well. Like when we have really, really bad thunderstorms, I got my beagle, she'll go and get in her kennel.
I didn't see that. Well, that's Rudy goes and gets in his chair, which would be the same as a kennel. It's just that it's a chair, but it's his chair. He's the only one that sits in it. Matter of fact, you get onto him, and that's where he goes.
Right.
Right. It's not used as a punishment. So it's not like yeah.
Well, we use ours for punishment as well, but they still, like the beagle, like I said, if it gets a really bad thunderstorm and it's, some of that ground shaking thunder, you know what I'm saying? That boom, 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 she'll go get in her kennel. She morning independent.
Hey, Andy, how are you, sis?
And so yeah, it's it can, it don't necessarily, kennels are not a bad thing. People tend to, we treat our dogs with, like extra well, and I mean, they're well fed, the beagle lays on the couch in between me and my wife when we're sitting there watching a TV show or something or whatever. And, the dogs lay right there at our feet, man. They've got their own beds, stuff like that. I mean, they're well taken care of, but, people tend to forget that dogs are packed animals. They by nature, there has to be a dominant, there has to be a leader of the animals and stuff like that. I've got a big Siberian Husky, and he's very big. Like very, very big. And freaking bug out.
What's up, BB?
Well, you know what? For that threat, not only am I not declaring you the race champion, but I'm disqualifying you.
Boom.
How about that?
Been disqualified.
BB. Come get you some, BB.
Meet me outside. How about that?
Yeah, I'll show you why we only call you BB and why they call me motherfucking Shotgun.
He said, come at me, bro.
Yeah. Come get some, bro.
Come at me, bro.
What's up, Bug Out?
No,
Bug Out, you working today?
Yeah, well, back to like what you were talking about earlier, like basically about not giving a rat's fart. You know, I don't want to curse too much on this channel, but like I get it, man. Like I I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave the property either, like, especially now that I'm laid off and shit. Like I don't want to go into public. I have no reason to drive 30 minutes to a place and be on the roads with other stupid people and all that shit. Like I it's been such a productive week. I hate when I do have to go anywhere. You know, it's like fucking people are stupid, man. And like you said, like, dude, it's like you're almost waiting for that one dude to make that stupid move so you can just bang, set things right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes. But that's why I take an axe and I go up to the wood pile and I start smashing apart pieces of oak. So I don't go out in the public and smash somebody's face. Oops, by accident.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just,
Not that I'm a violent individual or anything, y'all. Don't get the wrong impression. I'm a nice guy.
well, you know, you said something a minute ago, though, Hillbilly, that kind of made sense into the way that I'm feeling. Like, you know, with that app thing, the banking app, it was like sooner or later you're going to have to give in, man. I mean, you're going to have no choice, and that's kind of, I guess, where I'm kind of at is like, you know, obviously I'm going to grow a garden, I'm going to keep my chickens, you know, things like that, but it's like it's all for naught almost. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It's like what we think is coming, and there's nothing we can do to stop it.
So you're kind of saying like that the shit that we're doing is just delaying the inevitable.
Sometimes, yes, I get that feeling. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
I get that feeling very much so, you know, because just seeing how quickly people gave in, you know, during the coof, you know, the COVID stuff, and how quickly people are giving in to, you know, it's like we catch the government in lie after lie after lie, and you point it out, and people are still like, don't believe it, or they just want to trust everything the government does. You know, they you can go up and ask them on the street, do you trust the government? No. And then the government goes, well, you must get the booster, you know. And they all go, okay, no problem. And it's like, but you just said you don't trust the government, and we're showing you all this information, and they're like, but no, we got to do this, you know. And it's like, I don't, you see what I'm getting at? It's like they're so, people are so fucking brainwashed, man. I don't know.
Well, I don't know about in like your state, but here they were offering fucking a shot for a shot, right? You show your Vax card at the bar and you'd get a free shot, or you go to the ice cream place and they'd give you a fucking ice cream. Or
right?
Are you kidding me?
Well, see,
just for the record, I'm pure blood, right? You ain't sticking nothing in my effing arm or my body without my approval. I messed around with enough experimental shit in my younger days. I'm good. Like, come at me.
Yeah, and no, I don't want, you know, I don't want anybody to think that I'm giving up. I'm not giving up. It's just, you know, it's
frustrating as hell.
Yeah, it's just frustration. It's just, you know, I'm you know, I'm not giving up. I'm still doing everything, you know,
still breathing, still fighting.
Yeah, I mean, it's I do what I do, man, and I'm not going to quit or anything. It's just it just gets tiring, man. It's frustrating. It's, you know, it's like there's ice and snow on the ground, and you tell people, you know, you tell someone, man, you better put a coat on before you go outside, you know, and they're like, no,
I'm fine.
No, the government said it was sunshiny and warm, or let me just put it this way. It can be cold, snow, ice outside, and I'm telling you, there are people right now in the United States that the government could come out on TV or the mainstream media and could say, hey, we found out that it's better that you don't wear a coat out in the 25-degree weather because it does this or that. And I'm telling you, you'll see a bunch of people standing out there shivering to death without a coat on. But I mean,
you're not wrong. You're not wrong. If you wear a coat in the wintertime, it may promote sweating and you may get hypothermia.
Exactly.
So don't wear a coat. Right.
Yeah. And you'll see thousands of people out there freezing to death.
Like a t-shirt.
You're like, put on a damn coat. We've been wearing coats since the beginning of time. And they go, oh, no.
No, backwards. They'll all go gather up there and all be shivering, but then they'll all start bitching about the government. It's making it so cold. And it's like, well, they're the ones that told you to go out there without the coat to begin with. You just ain't paying attention.
You use your own this thing up here. It's called a brain. It's magnificent.
Hey, to drive the point home, it's kind of funny timing. Where my wife works at the reservation, they just now, this is their first week to where they don't have to wear the face diaper. Now the customers have been no, you ain't had to, but the people inside the glass cash booths, they were still having to do it up until this week.
My wife works at a hospital too, and they go back and forth. This month you don't have to wear it, and then this week you do have to wear it, and then 2 weeks later you don't have to wear it. They don't.
Dude, it pisses me off, and that's my personal thing. But then that's with what I've done in my past. I have 1,000 hours easy of training hours of all different kind of apparatuses, of breathing apparatuses of all different, and yet now all of a sudden everybody, all this medical field wants to put this on, and it's like what it's hard for me to have respect for anybody or to even kind of take somebody serious. It's like
I think here's a good way to put how I'm feeling. Like Milkmaid had said, I get the frustration. Backwoods, we have to be smarter. Okay, I think here's a good way for me to put this. I generally not to say it in a bragging kind of way at all. I don't mean it that way, but like I've always been the person that on Thanksgiving, year after year after year, I've always, you always know that person or them people that they don't have anything or they, whatever, I've like took plates of food over to like this one guy, he was an old veteran. He was alone, all this. I used to take him a plate of food every Thanksgiving and sit down and eat with him. I'd leave my table, my family. I've always been like that. I've always done everything I could to go out of my way to help people. At any way possible, and I've gotten to the point to where it's like, I'm going to do for myself, you know what I'm saying? And fuck everybody else type thing. You know what I mean? And I don't like feeling that way, man. We've talked about multiple times with prepping and everything. We've talked about how, what about the people, that come to your house after shit hits the fan when you can't find no food, and helping people and I'm like, I'm kind of at a place right now, like if shit hit the fan right now, if like the grid went down, like it was bad, like people better not come in my yard, man. I'm at that point because I'm like, motherfucker, you couldn't see the toilet paper shortages and the food shortages and all the stuff that's been going on, and you didn't prepare for it. Too bad for you. I guess maybe that's a level of the frustration that I'm getting at. It's like, I had a new guy move in next door, and I was going to talk to him about some stuff and just kind of, hey, do you see what's going on type thing. And he didn't want to talk about it. You know what he wanted to do? He was like, man, do you play cards or do you play board games or anything? I'm like, no, man, I don't play games, And he's like, well, you know, and I'm like, I would rather work on my garden or rather, you know, talk to people here and discuss it and things like that. And he's like, oh, well, he goes, I just don't think anything's going to happen. I mean, you know, we're just experiencing a little bit of shortage here and there. It's, you know, but it'll get back to normal. And I'm just like, bro, you
No.
just
Well, people like that in the back of your mind, right? Like you need
One sec.
to
Hey, later,
consider a
Jen.
threat, right?
Later, Jen. Make it a good day.
later, Jim.
You know,
Sorry.
when it comes down to brass tacks, that guy's a threat. So in the back of your mind, there needs to be that Post-it note, you know, that this guy, he's got no interest in doing anything for himself, and he's going to want what I have.
Right.
You
Well,
know, don't light bags of you know, chicken shit on fire on his front porch and try to push him out of the neighborhood. But, you know, just stay cordial and you keep your distance and just keep in the back of your mind, like he's a foe, not a friend. That would be my thought process on it.
well, the old dude across the street, man. He came back from the grocery store, and I was out front doing some stuff, and he said hi. You know, I said hi, and we got to talking for a minute. And he's like, "Man, I'm having trouble finding some of the stuff that I normally do." And I said, "Yeah, man. There's, you know, it's going to get worse." And I start talking to him. And he's like, "What are you talking about, man?" And I'm like, you know, I'm trying to explain to him about things, and he goes, "Oh hell, man, we've been saying that for years. It's man, don't worry about it. You're just getting excited for nothing." And I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ,
Well,
man.
it's a lot easier to keep your head in the sand than it is to go against the grain.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what the masses are definitely still. There's definitely people coming out of the woodwork, though. I feel like there's definitely more people that have, you know, opened their eyes a little bit bigger in the last year than more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's so many layers too. I mean, it's so because it's a well, backwards. I was talking, I was sitting there thinking, yeah, you know, people have just gotten so used to the masses. And you kind of think about it, and people are just the general public is so easy to persuade one way or another. You just literally mention something. Well, it's slowly been narrowed down. It's like 20 years ago, dozens of media groups. You had, you know, hundreds of papers, but not no more. This is a handful that controls all of that. So then you look at that, the marketing, the corporation, the business, you know, look at how long that's been going on. How long have people fallen for the buy one, get one free? That doesn't even make any business sense whatsoever, but somehow for decades we've fallen for it. Buy one, get one free. It's like, well, how can you make this for $10? Sell it to me for 15 and then give me this one for nothing. It just doesn't.
Yeah. Where's the logic? Where's the full circle logic?
Been, just dumbed down into where we don't think things through anymore. We just take things and go, oh yeah, there you go, and run with it. And it's like, well, and if it doesn't make sense, well, then we just jump up. It's almost like playing Frogger. We just jump over to the next log and we keep going down the shit stream.
Yeah.
It's just a frustration, man, for me. You know, I like two grown men, you know, that both of them actually are a little older than I am, and they have no fucking clue what's going on, and they don't care, you know. And it's like, you know, when shit hits the fan, don't come over here because you're going to find yourself dead in my front yard, you know, because I'm not going to play this shit. And they don't even want to talk about it. Like they dismiss it as you're just overreacting. You have no, you don't know, you know. And it's just like, well, then
I didn't see it on the news, so it must not be true, or I didn't see it on, you know, on my TikTok page or whatever. You know, they can't.
But they see it in everyday life, though. When they go to the store and they don't get their products because there's nothing there, you know.
It doesn't click. Not everybody's built the same. It just doesn't click. And like, you know, like whatever. I mean, I guess like I'm kind of going through a minor SHTF, right? Like I'm not working full time, you know, I'm not, and yeah, you're able to collect unemployment, but that only goes so long, right? And it's only so much. It's a very large deduction of what I bring home on a weekly basis. But because of the steps that I/we have taken, right? Like we've got plenty of food put back. I've got fuel put back. There's things that you just kind of prepare for that. All right, well, I'm not working 45 hours a week anymore. So, all right, well, we got this, and this, and I'm selling this, and that to help make up for, you know, the missing shit. So it's still an SHTF kind of scenario. Like you lost your full-time job.
Yeah.
You know, it's that. So, you know, prepping for SHTF isn't just the end of the world. It's, you know, and there's been plenty of people that have talked about that. I haven't been out of work like this in 22 years. 22 years. Like it's crazy. You know, and like last week there was a few days where like I felt like I got punched in the gut because I wasn't sure how to really react to it. I was putzing around here getting shit done, but it was like a punch in the gut to know that, you know, the way, yeah. And I just snapped out of it a few days ago, and I've been hitting this place like a bat out of hell getting shit done.
Well,
so that mood is going to come and go, man. Like, but you talk it out. You know, you got other people other than myself that you're closer to, right? You talk that shit out, and you fucking, you beat it to death, and then you fucking get back on the horse and you fucking hit it, man. And fuck those other people. Sorry for my language, but
no, but you're right, and that's, you know, there's a comment there about forcing people to have your same views is what Nancy, Joe, and Kamala do, right? Asking for a friend. Well, that's a smart ass fucking comment because he always does that bullshit. And I'm going to call it out. I'm sorry, Rescue, but that's happened before with this same person. And I ain't trying to force nobody to think like I do. I'm just trying to help people out because I don't want to have to deal with these people when shit hits the fan, because the more people that we get prepped, the less we have to deal with.
Exactly.
It pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
Smart ass.
Get him. I can't see chat, but
yeah, I totally. I didn't see it, but yeah.
But it's maybe it's the fact that, you know, I've been living across the street from like the guy across, you know, living across the street from this guy for, you know, 8 years now. And I really don't want to see the man, you know, die, or I don't want to have to take care of him either. You know, when shit, the same thing with the neighbor next door that just moved in. You know, I mean, you know, maybe the fact that, you know, when we try to get people to do this, it's because we don't want to see people die. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want people dying. I don't want to have to take away from my family because they didn't want to prep, because they didn't want to understand what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I gotta say, you can only help those that want to help themselves. And I say that coming from, I got the whole drug rehab stuff passed, but just even with the like firefighting stuff, man, it's so frustrating. You go and it's like drunk driving, dude. You go work so many drunk driving accidents, and yet you go by and you watch all these drunk motherfuckers pull right out of the parking lots. And it's kind of like shit, man, you know. But when you see them at Walmart, you know, you shake their hand and you go, hey, because it's still you know that what you might be having to be called to because of this stupid thinking, but you can't. You just got to let them do them, you know. And there's no magical answer, or at least I have never found one, to be honest. Backwoods, I just kind of look at them and I try not to despise them. And I try to just go, okay, well, you know, But I've kind of reached a part to where it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I get so mad that I said, I'll just watch you bleed out. And then, but I know that that's not my nature. So, but I get mad. I get pissed at just the way you see things out. And it's, I don't know. I get you though. And that's where I will say it's important. That's actually why whenever I first started, it's, you know, having people around you really is so beneficial. And I've noticed that.
It really is. The more people you have around you, you know what I'm saying, especially like-minded, the better off you're going to be. That's all there is to it. It's never, the being alone and shit, is never a good thing. You have to sleep. There's a lot of stuff that goes on every day, that you can go out and work all day long. You can go put 10, 12 hours in a day, work your ass off, but you got to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You got to rest, and you got to be able to sleep enough to replenish your energy. And you know what I'm saying? So you've got to know that there's good people around you to give you that comfort to go and rest properly. You know what I'm saying? Because when you can't sleep good and you can't, and things like that, you know what I'm saying? You get to where you start making bad decisions when you're too tired, when you're not getting the proper, sleep and rest. You know what I mean? You make mistakes. And that's all I'm saying, is I mean, I've got people here, it just, if things got bad enough and we had to leave here, I've got a couple of places I can go. I've actually got 3 places I can go. You know what I'm saying? And one of them's up in the middle of freaking nowhere. But it is what it is. It's not that I'm like sitting over here depressed and got my head down, just like, well, there ain't no point in doing anything. I'm gonna keep doing for me and mine, man, because I love my family. I want to make sure my family's got food and water filtration and the things that they need. I take care of it every day. It's no big deal. It's just that letdown, I guess is my point. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've always went and tried to feed people and our store down here, it's a cost saver something, but it's local people that own it, grocery store. And every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas, they do where you can go in and buy someone a meal. You know what I'm saying? Buy someone a full Thanksgiving dinner, and I do that every year.
Oh, there you go.
You see what I'm getting at. I enjoy helping people, man. It's something I feel is a good thing. You know what I mean? To help people. And then when you really try to help them the way that they need to be helped now, and they're sitting there complaining about the food that they need, and it's like, next time you find that food that you eat, buy extra. And they're like, well, why would I buy extra? And it's just like, Jesus Christ, you just sit there and said you can't get this. It's hard to find, but this is what you really like to eat. Well, when you find it, buy extra so that you have it when it's not there on the shelf. And they just sit there and look at me like I just just like
you got 2 heads.
Yeah.
We very rarely buy one of anything. Like it's a minimum of 2. Like for instance, Nesquik syrup, chocolate milk every night. That's my deal, right? So usually my missus does the shopping. I got like fucking 13 bottles of Nesquik on the shelf downstairs because she got tired of me telling her I need more. So now I've got probably more than most grocery stores have on the shelf for Nesquik, and she just keeps buying it. It's just shit like that. Like, you like something, buy it till you can't fit any more in the cabinet.
Right.
Get it where you can.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Hey, kid.
Food's
Coleman.
never going to be cheaper than it is right now. And we've said that, you know, over the last 2, 3, 5 years, you know, whatever. And you've seen
Well,
it come.
and in all honesty, regardless of whatever were to happen, because of just the whole monetary system, the cost is going to go up of everything. You know, it's just because so it's that's what I wish more people would see is to get off of that laziness. I don't know how else to describe it. It's the ease, the laziness, the complacency, whatever. Just
Yes, complacency.
everybody's going for the next shiny thing, the newest model. Oh, well, let me get the latest of this, the latest of that. And it's like, well, how about we just put some quality shit and stick with that and then build on family time, home time, community time, you know, and it's like a vacation. Why do you got to really, and I'm not knocking going anywhere, but people think that that's the only vacation when hell, what if you took actually 5 days and said, you know what, we're going to work around the yard as a family, you know, and we're not going to worry about anything. We're not going to stress about work because we're on vacation. But people don't even comprehend that. If you were to say, they'd be like, what? It's go on a cruise, but then they turn around and spend the rest of the year talking about being short on money. And it's like, well, you spent $800 on a cruise. I mean, I don't know.
Right.
You
But,
know,
and
or,
that's what they've programmed everybody to think is that your idea of a vacation is to go here, go to the Caribbean, go to this resort, go to this attraction, go to this park, spend your money here, make, you know.
Everything is directing you that the grass is always greener on the other side. The grass is always better somewhere else.
Yep.
What you have is never enough, not good enough.
Yep.
Whenever I get a paid vacation, I spend it here. And it's usually springtime, you know, during garden planting, or it's wintertime during hunting. And that's what I do. I either get the garden in or I'm hunting.
That's what's popular here.
Go anywhere.
Opening season.
Yep.
Opening day.
Go ahead, backwards. What were you saying, brother? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
What I was going to say was, I'd went to a men's retreat, with the church one time, and we did there was a marriage seminar there, right? And it was this couple that had been together forever, and they were just talking about the different aspects of marriage, and it kind of falls into what you were saying, Rescue, with the grass is greener. And this lady had said something that stuck with me really hard. She said, you know, you get to going in your everyday life, you know, when you're married or whatever, you know, even when you're single and you see, you know, you're like, well, there's some poop in the yard, there's some dead grass, you know, here and there, and you look over and you see that patch of green grass over there, and it's all pretty grass, and you're like, yeah, man, look at that over there. And then you finally take that leap, like, I'm gonna go over in that yard. So you take that leap over in that yard, and then you realize there's shit and dead grass there too, you know. You know what I'm saying? And it just always stuck to me. It's like, okay, I get that. You know, it's don't always just think that, you know what I'm saying, that the bad things that happen around you, don't think it's any better anywhere else. You know what I mean? It's, you know, instead, you know, you get out the rake and the shovel and you clean up that poop, and you know, you do the things to make the grass grow green, you know. And so that was kind of, you know what I'm saying, that she was just pointing out, you know, like, for her, she was pointing out a marriage, you know, that it takes work to have a nice yard, you know, or to have a good marriage, or to have a good life. It takes work, and you can't just, you know, when you look over to that other yard, you know, you're trying to do away with the work that you need to do to keep your grass green. You see what I'm saying? That makes sense.
When you look over the fence, all you're seeing is the things that you're frustrated with in your own. So if you do have the poop piles, well, when you look across, see, you're not even looking to see poop piles. You're actually looking to not see any, because it's got to be better over there. So they're there. but you're blinding yourself out. And it's weird how the mind works, because the mind works that way. And believe it or not, John Schneider, good old Dukes of Hazzard dude, he's the one, he said it one time, and I thought, you're right. He
I
said,
like watching his videos.
he said, if I told you that I was interested in a red Ford pickup, he said, do you know how many red Ford pickups you would start seeing? He said, you'd
Yep.
start seeing them every day, because then that's what's on your mind. And they've always been there, but all of a sudden you're going to feel like you see them a lot more now. And it's only because it's been put in your head now.
They're coming in.
And when
Can
you
see,
break that down to the simplicity of it, and you go,
Yeah.
you can kind of see how everything kind of goes that way.
Bushido, I don't know about blood making the grass grow, but I do know that's what waters the tree of liberty. Just saying.
Well, listen, if I ever were to look over somebody's fence and I see grass growing and not fucking vegetables or chickens running around, I don't want to know who they are.
Right.
I got no interest. I like I like staying on my side of the fence where I'm growing shit, like growing vegetables. Damn it, vegetables and chickens and not grass.
Well,
but I get what you're saying.
I gotta say, like here in town, in these neighborhoods and stuff by me here, it's there's people with chickens and vegetables growing everywhere. Everybody's got a garden around here, and bunches of people's got chickens and stuff like that. Hey, Mama Red.
Hey, Mama Red. I'm so glad to see you, man.
So there's hope out there. I mean, obviously, but man, it just.
Now let's just slow our roll right there, Nikki. Let's be specific on this, okay? So let's just be specific. Let's not get too overzealous.
Right. Some grass is good to grow. Just saying.
Yeah, my wife has a very, I wouldn't say a tight leash, but I wanted to expand the garden out even more. And she's like, listen, I do want a little bit of space of grass where we can like sit out and enjoy the yard. She's like, can you go that way? She's like, she'll work with me, but she's like, can you not come out anymore? All right. Fine.
Check them out, Mama Red. They're getting big.
What happened again?
Hey, Sharon Smith.
You can't hear me, can you?
A little bit.
Every time I get a call, my Bluetooth F's up.
It happens to everybody. Happens to Nikki,
yep.
Milky, everybody.
Yep, it sure does.
Morning, Miss Sharon.
Well, Nikki, we were just making sure that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. I gotta go out and do some work, trying to make some more money.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish cutting up.
I had a bunch of 20s in my wallet Friday when I got paid, and I don't have very many of them left, man, after the wife and the kids got through robbing it.
Right.
What's up, Hoot?
Hey, Hoot. Yeah, I'm working on cutting. I don't know if I can turn. I can. I can see them from there. So where that tree is, right there, then I've got, actually it's an old cast iron pot that's on poles. That's going to be interesting on how I figure out how to move that. Let's see, I'm going to go full screen and then you. So right there is a cast iron pot that's on a U-shaped pole frame. It's been there for 40 years. That's coming out. There's another bush and then another bush right here. Those two are coming out. I don't know if I'm going to pull them out whole or I'm cutting them down and then pulling the root ball. There was a tree right there, but it's now just a stump. And that's what's got actually this pile of shit right here all is. No, you can't really see. There it is. That's what all this is. So, and I'm contemplating cutting that tree down because what I'm planning on doing is that whole front section of my yard right there is full blown sunlight all day from the time it comes up till the time it sets. That is like my 100% prime time sunspot. So I'm fixing to clear all that shit up out of there, fence that bad boy off, and that's where I'm putting my veggies and shit. I'm fixing to do my veggies, do peppers, some cucumbers, some tomatoes. Yep. So that tree's going to be coming up out of there, and this is going to be interesting because just so we're all clear, the only tool I have is a freaking DeWalt Sawzall. So that's how that shit works. But you know what? Bam, you adapt and overcome.
Right.
It's like, don't worry, I'm going to film it too whenever I go to do that stupid cast iron pot right there. I'm sure this is going to be an interesting job because I'm going to have to probably jimmy rig a floor jack with some wood to slowly jack up that U thing and get it to fall over. Then I'm going to probably have to take the mower to drag that thing out somewhere else. Yeah. So this will be interesting. But that's my project for however long that takes, which will be a while.
Yeah, I got a few things I got to do here. I had 2 different raised beds. They were just, a couple of 2x8s and or 2x6s, I mean, and out there, and I'm gonna put 2 of them together to one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna try to grow taters in it this year. I got a lot of taters when I've grown them before, but I've never been able to get them more than just you know what I'm saying. I've never been able to get any big
those
taters.
big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried all kinds of different shit, mounding them up, all kinds of stuff. And the only other, I don't know. The only other thing I can try to do, or the only thing I'm gonna try to do this year, is to go deeper with the dirt, and then mound them up real good. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I've tried. I've researched that shit all over the internet and done all, 3 or 4 or 5 different things.
What I miss? I'm sorry, man.
Talking about growing some potatoes.
Yeah, it's
Potatoes.
like I can
Only getting big ones.
Yeah, I can get a fucking bucket full of small taters, but I can't get them to grow any bigger than this. You know what I'm saying?
Have you tried switching the type of potato that you're growing?
Yes.
All right.
3 years in a row, I grew 3 different kinds of potatoes.
Not that I'm an expert gardener by any means, but I was having the same problem when I started, and what I found is that the potatoes were too restricted in the dirt.
Right.
So I added straw, and what I actually did was I sifted my compost through that 1/2-inch garden, that hardware shit. I made a sifter and I sifted the compost so it got super airy, and I mixed it with straw, and that really helped. I got I got like decent sized potatoes doing it that way. And you let them grow up, and then you fill them in, and then you let them grow up and you let them fill in, but they need that like looser soil from what I've experienced.
Let it kiss off. Make it a great day, ma'am.
And your
Don't
soil
let Chuck
quality.
sit there and look at Fox News all damn day either.
Your soil quality matters too. Like maybe get the soil tested where you're planting the potatoes and see if it matches up to what the potatoes prefer.
See, I wonder if that when Sharon says needs air and filament, because I will say there's a guy around here, my son, way a long time ago, on his junior high years in summertime, he would go and help, and that his friend's dad, that's what they did, is they had a big potato farm that they would do a bunch. But I noticed that they would do, because I didn't pay much attention, but they would do apparently like layers of straw and dirt, straw, dirt, straw, dirt.
Yep. See, I did that as the plants would come up out. once they got a little bit up out of the dirt, I would put some straw on there and add some more dirt to it, and just kept building them up, and I just I don't know, man. I just don't know.
I'm gonna try something this year that my wife showed me. You take a laundry basket.
What is real quick? What is he talking about, Jacks?
It's a nutrient. He had talked about it earlier right there. He said use Jack's nutrients.
Oh, okay. I missed that. I missed that one. Jack's nutrients, huh? I'll check it.
I use a lot of Fox Farm nutrients because it doubles for the other kind of plants that I grow in the garden. What was it? Jack's?
Yeah, Jack's.
Yeah. Jack's what? Just Jack's?
Nutrients?
Just Jack's.
Jack's
nutrients.
Yeah, Jack's nutrients. I'll check into it because I'm over these next 2 or 3 days. I'm going to be getting, putting. So what I was going to do is put them to. I'm going to put the 2 beds together and make the stuff a little deeper. I don't know. I'm gonna try it.
So what I did with mine that got me better potatoes.
Hey, prepping artist, make it a great day, man. Thanks for coming by. And I also want to tell Hoot, sorry you were feeling bad. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes.
And that's the actual name that kid said it was, is Jack's 332-1.
Yep, Roger. I got that written down.
There we go.
I tried like one year just planting one with planting some potatoes with several of the little eyes on them, and then the last time I tried to grow potatoes, I was cutting them. They show how you cut, and I tried that, and it's like the same exact. I do something completely different every time, and I get the same exact result. That's what freaks me. That's what I mean, I had a whole bucket, a couple of buckets of potatoes, man. They were good potatoes. I ate the shit
Maybe that's why. Maybe you got too much going on in one spot.
That's something else I thought too. Was maybe there's just too many. I don't.
I gotta say, man, that would be awesome if there was, kind of knew the formula to be able to get those good damn big baked potatoes.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, but really, potatoes are a row crop. So when we're trying to grow them in like smaller restricted areas, I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Like I said, I'm not an expert. What I did after the first year I had same thing, I like super small potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I doubled up I already had the double box, so it's 2 2x8 high, and then I put posts down on all 4 sides, and then I had dismantled pallets, and as they grew up and as I filled them up, I would put a row of pallet board all the way around. And there's a space there, so there's airflow and drainage and shit. So I raised that up, and that helped my potato production.
Later, Indy. Make it a great day, ma'am.
And my wife showed me. She showed me something.
2 hours per potato. If potato is cut to plant, let the cut cure before planting. And then Kid Coleman was telling you this about set up the correct nutrients to use at the right time during the stages on seasons.
Yeah,
that would be very cool, Kid.
Yeah, I mean that's
interested in that myself.
I'm not an expert either. I will say, as far as it goes for gardening in general, you know what I'm saying. I mean, hell, I was, and I see a lot of people talk about, no, don't ever till your soil. Well, my great grandma, when I was, even, 5, 6 years old, I remember, what I'm saying, and up. My grandma always tilled her garden, always, and she always left all of her plants to die. You know what I'm saying? At winter,
she tilled all that with it.
She tilled it all up with it.
That's what mine always did. That's what we always did.
I know she tilled the garden because I ran that tiller summer after summer or spring after spring growing up. So, you know, she always tilled her garden, and she always had like one of the biggest, most beautiful gardens you'll ever see, you know, and it was, you know, so I mean, you know, I worked the garden many years. I can grow shit, just potatoes. I just can't seem to. I hadn't got the potatoes figured out. And strawberries. I've not been able to do well with strawberries. I've grown strawberries and done pretty good. I even tried them in a big planter, you know, where they could and where they could bush out over, you know, and
Yep.
I got strawberries off of them, but it was like I would get a few, you know, I wouldn't get as many as I felt I should have, you know.
Yeah, strawberries. I've had tricky luck with those too. They're like hit or miss.
I mean, like
I
squash,
wonder if
zucchini, dude. I was growing squash and zucchini that I mean, just I'd go out there one day and I'd be like, I could let them grow another day or two and then I'll pick them. Come out the next day, man, and them some bitches be twice as big, you know, and it's like,
hey,
Yeah.
I don't want to put it up on the big screen, but I wanted before too much chat goes by. But Kid Coleman put his email over there. I just didn't want to put it on the big screen. If you want to grab it,
oh, okay, yeah, I see it.
I just figured I'd say something before the chat went by too far.
Yeah,
And
I'll,
a lot of this shit is trial and error too, you know, like what works for me isn't going to work for you.
right.
Oh, and I will say when it came to
Yeah.
like the strawberries and stuff, I want to try like Hutch's method with his other growing. Because when he was kind of talking about how the nutrients and the way he was trimming some of that to keep it directed in certain spots, and it kind of made me think, well, if you started doing that with tomatoes or strawberries and berries and stuff, then you could end up with the bigger bushels or the bigger tomatoes.
Mm. I did his that knuckling trick that he does. I did that on a tomato plant, and I swear that tomato plant, that section was like on fire. Like it
See,
produced so many cherry tomatoes.
that's what
And
kind of got me thinking.
I did it with the other plant too that he does it on, and I got a really good effect. Yeah, that shit works.
See,
That's
because it just,
Yeah.
I'm a basic kind of person. I look at the principle of things and not so much always the details, but just principles. And it's like,
Yep.
man, when he was talking, I'm going, well, that just totally makes all the sense in the world about the nutrients and feeding
Mm-hmm.
the designated branches and being able to pump in. And it was like,
Yep.
there we go.
I've reached out to him for a couple of things that I had questions about, and he's been spot on with the things I've asked him about. So
Yeah, Green Thumb Prepper is an awesome grower
Yep.
too.
Yeah, GTP. Yeah, he knows his shit too. Yep. Yeah, that's cool to be able to share that kind of stuff with people, you know.
yeah. Now you know,
Well, I guess
as far as it goes for
there he is.
squash, zucchini, as far as it goes for squash, zucchini, peppers, tomatoes, I mean, pretty much any of that stuff. You know, I don't have a problem at all growing, man. I have an overabundance of that type of shit. But it's the potatoes, man. I just can't seem to grow any big taters, man. What's up, Hutch?
What?
What up?
We said his name 3 times, and here he is.
I figured I would bless y'all with my presence this morning.
Well, we're so grateful, and
Well,
like,
isn't that nice of you?
Is that part of
I'm
some of
on
the
the
new
phone,
wall
so I
in the
might.
greenhouse?
Yeah, I got
Hell yeah.
got a big chunk of it done.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I'm taking a
Dude,
break to do.
That's the little
I'm doing
young dude that
chicken
actually
wire.
motivated me to get up off my ass. Was that he was one of the main youngins that did that. I watched him doing all this shit out there around his homestead and made me get up off my ass and decided to get back in. That's why I always like Touch. He does things.
Doing the thing, man.
Doing them. What choice do you have? There ain't nobody else gonna do them.
That's the fucking truth.
Yeah.
Hopefully by
We got-
by the
we
harvest
got the
party,
weather
that
out there.
stage should be almost done.
Hell yeah. Potatoes grow best in well-drained sandy soil.
Can't see the chat, so hello everybody. Live chat, just saying.
Oh,
Man.
question. So, okay, with y'all up here and everybody in chat, because one thing I wanted to ask about with the chickens, people talk about like the, what is it, mites? They get mites or something, or there's some little foot type thing that people talk about them getting. I mean,
Bumblefoot.
yeah, how do I know about that shit?
You'll see the bumblefoot. That shit's nasty. Like their
Okay.
their bottoms of their feet get all swelled up and like scabby looking and shit.
Okay.
The mites are pretty easy. Like I use diatomaceous earth, and you can put it out there. You can actually mix it in with their food. That helps too. Like read the bag, whatever. But that works pretty good. Diatomaceous earth.
Mhm.
Or you can put it out in their run wherever they are, and they'll fucking lay down and like dust themselves with it,
Yeah,
and it'll smother the mites and kill them.
yeah, they need a good they need a good spot where they can dust. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've got a chicken run, and I've got it completely covered up. You know what I'm saying? Where it can't get muddy and stuff in there, so it stays real dusty in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd throw some sand and some dirt, you know, some sandy dirt and stuff in there, and man, they're in there all the time. I don't have a problem with mites and stuff on my chickens. I sprinkle some of that diatomaceous earth in there with that in that chicken run, and like he said, that they go in there, they freaking flopping around in it and shit and dusting themselves, and
I
then
wonder,
also when it rains a whole lot, keep you a bale of hay on site, you know, in the dry somewhere, because when it gets real muddy, like if it rains 2 or 3 days in a row, I'll go out there and spread some of that hay on top of the mud so that their feet ain't sitting in that mud all the time. You know what I'm saying? To keep their feet from catching foot rot, stuff like
well,
that.
see, now mine, I moved them, so they're always on the move. So they don't ever stay in the same spot too long, especially getting muddy. Matter of fact, I felt really bad when they were kind of stuck in that one spot that did get a little wet. Sir?
Build you a little sandbox underneath the actual house that's elevated. That would work. That way you
Yeah.
can
Well, and I
still
was
move
going
it
to, so
around.
on the
It's not
inside
a
of
dry
the
spot.
coop, on the
Mhm.
base floor, if I put that earth right there or put some sand, because right now I just put a little layer of the chips is what it's got. But then it's got the nesting boxes, which is ironic because I built 5 boxes and they're so far both of them use the same one. It's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But if I put it on there, or I guess I could figure out a tray.
I've got nesting boxes, and every single one of my damn chickens lays in the edge of the coop. I have to reach in there real far, you know, to get them. Every one of them lays right there in that same spot. It's like, what the hell, man? I got y'all nesting boxes and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Mine
You
do
know,
the same
the
thing.
nesting boxes, it's got the little door behind it where I can just reach the eggs, but no, they want to be complicated, and I got to like literally get in the chicken coop to get the eggs. Sorry, bastard. It is what it is, though.
Yeah, man.
So what? You're closing in your growing house there, your greenhouse. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I got that side finished. I was lurking. And then I got it's maybe a 2-foot strip on the roof in the top corner that I got to fill in, and then I'm ready to put some plastic on this thing. I still got to do the front, but I don't know if I want to use a cow panel or chicken wire, so it's still a toss up on the front. But the sides are completely done almost, other than like
Nice.
trim pieces and shit.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I brought the solar panel down here last night. I don't know if you guys can see. I got a shelf made up there on top of the door, so I can have my solar panel and all that shit, and have some lights down here.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Getting there, man.
All my chickens are laying, and sorry. I don't. The only problem, Sharon, right now they're still laying in and under the coop. You know what I'm saying? Are laying under the coop. I'm afraid that if I try to block that area off, the next one they pick could be down in the chicken run, and that would be a bitch to get into. And or because I've got it's like 6.5 foot tall, and it's like 7 feet wide and 20 foot long is my chicken coop. I built it out of PVC and chicken wire, and so if I mess up where they're laying now, I don't want them to go like somewhere off where I've got to go in the chicken coop every day, and go back in there and stuff. So I've just kind of left them alone. I'd rather reach in the chicken coop and get them. And
I don't know if you use those fake eggs, but I swear by them. It helps them like start establish where they're going to lay.
I only use the fake eggs because to get them to quit pecking the eggs. A couple of them discovered, and boy, they started breaking all my eggs. I was like, "You little bitches!" And I went and got some of them ceramic eggs, and they quit.
Yeah, I mean, you can use a rock too. You just fucking paint a rock, throw that in there.
But that's the only thing about trying to switch where they're laying at. I don't. I mean, it's not that big of a deal to reach up under the coop. You know what I'm saying? It just.
I wonder what would happen if you like just set something right over there, bug out. Like you just take a 5-gallon bucket or something and just set it right there in that corner where they couldn't get to it. If they would then go figure out one of the other spots.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. I don't. The next spot they pick could be down in the freaking chicken run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be crawling in the chicken run trying to get eggs and shit. I ain't doing that. So,
damn, Pure Blood, check that shit out. He says I'm back $412 later from the grocery store.
Jesus,
damn it!
Would you get like 3 bags?
Yeah, you must have bought some eggs.
Yeah, that's about right. God dang, food prices are ridiculous, man.
What?
Yeah, the missus hit up one of the IGA meat sales the other night, and she spent like $150, but she got probably, I don't know, 50 pounds of meat.
Morning, Amy.
Pork, and yeah, so we broke all that up the other night and froze that. That was a pretty good haul.
Oh, Pure Blood said he got 4 bags. That was $100 a bag.
$100 a bag. Yeah.
Damn, almost sound like he was buying dope.
It don't take long, man, for it to add up. I've damn sure noticed a big difference. Hell, try feeding a freaking 220-pound boy, 15-year-old boy.
I'm so glad we don't have to raise ours right now during this.
I got no kids.
Yeah, it's that boy.
Couldn't imagine. Shit.
That boy can eat. God dang, he can eat, boy.
You got that boy in football or what? Wrestling? What's he into?
He played football for a while, man, and he was good at it, dude. He was really good at it. He was a hell of a linebacker, man. And then they put him on the line, and he was really good at that too. But he's homeschooled now, and they've got that fucking rule here that if you're homeschooled, you can't play fucking sports, man.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, man, because how they spun this or sold it to people or whatever, was that, well, we don't want, people from all over, homeschooling and then coming here, you know what I'm saying, and are going over to that other school, and but they live in this school district, and I was like, well, that's a real simple fix, just make it whatever school district
For that district, right? How hard can that be?
exactly. And they were like, no, the people will lie, and I was like,
Was
no,
this-
what I told them in that school board meeting deal, because I went and talked about it. What I told them, I was like, no, what the problem is y'all don't get money. Y'all don't get the money from my boy's ass sitting in y'all's classroom, and so therefore you're going to penalize him. And I said, but that's the kind of piece of shit y'all are. And I walked out and left it alone. I don't screw them,
Was this voted on, or did they just declare this and make it a thing?
Oh, they just declared it.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like fucking tyranny to me.
Yeah, Yankee said homeschoolers need to start their own teams. Well, see, now some areas like here, you have the I don't know what you'd call it, like a county league or something, because it's not so much tied to the school as it is just this area. And so we get these kids from all over that'll come, they play, and it's almost like, I don't know, it's, I guess, a county thing or state, maybe even, but it's broken down. It's not on the districts, the schools themselves. It's,
well, he got to where he don't really give two shits about football anymore. He's joined this league on the video game and shit, and like that, yeah, he makes some money and shit from it, and he's gotten really good. He's they have a league, a team, and they do things.
What does he play, backwoods? Do you know?
I don't know, man. I let his mama is the smart one. You know what I'm saying when it comes to all this computer stuff and things. So, she told me that because I asked a few questions, and she said the league, she checked into everything, and it's a good deal. You know what I mean? It's not, and so he homeschools and plays that league, and I'm gonna have him help me this year, especially if I pick up this other account. I'm gonna kind of need a little bit of help. So he wants to help me with the mowing, mowing and weed eating and stuff, because he wants to make a little extra money, yada yada. So it is what it is. It's and Milkmaid said something a while ago that's absolutely true. If you push and make them to where if you push and make it to where you can't to where where they got to let them play, they just won't play them. They'll just sit on the fucking bench all the time, man. It's
right.
So I
gotta say, I was disgusted with professional sports for a long time, but the school ones, when our first one went, it was like, wow, it was what a change, because it was from the time our first one went to when the second one went, man, talk about a change in the people. Like when our oldest went, it was all the parents were getting together, and it was just supporting them playing ball and having fun. And by the time our second one was in, I don't know, shit, dude, it's like they had even gotten in damn junior high where they're hand picking teams to get this top score thing. And, they're really, and it was like, holy shit, dude, you guys are like killing the fun of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But then, here we are, because now, we're talking, my kids are at 30 and hitting 30, and so it's up there. So yeah, these are the ones that all have the kids now that are out doing batshit crazy stuff.
there's a lot of shit that goes on big time too, which it has for years. So I mean, it ain't like anything new, but you know the big donors. You know what I'm saying? Like this one kid, they kept letting this kid play in a position that my kid was in. My kid was smoking ash, you know, and they kept putting this one kid in, and come to find out, like his dad was doing something with the, you know, like lots of donations and shit, and when they would practice, my, you know, in that position, linebacker and shit, my kid would smoke that kid.
Make it a good day, sir.
See, Yankee, yeah, my kid would like make 10 times the fucking tackles, and they still would play that other kid because you know that his daddy, you know, had the
Yep.
money.
He's feeding that. He's feeding the shit.
Yeah. So it, you know, I don't care, man. You know what I'm saying? He's happy. He does his work. That's all I care.
There you go.
There you go.
I will say that actually led into something I was gonna. Oh man, I wanted to bring up. I think y'all were talking about, where were you at or something? But it was where the kind of the country and where it's going, and I gotta, you know, I was thinking about some of this. It's the roles. They have put some of the most stupidest people in some of the most critical roles. And then, you know, it's like, well, wait a minute. It's kind of like, you know, we all make fun of that Pete Buttigieg dude or whatever the hell that little freako's name is. Pete, their Mayor Pete. We make fun of him and all, but then when you stop and break down the facts of it, and it's like, okay, well, that's humorous, but this is the dude that's over the transportation and shit. So it's like it's one thing to make fun of, but and then you look at the little weirdo dude over the nuclear guy, and it's like, oh, okay. And the freako health secretary thing, and it's like, wait a minute, what the hell? Then you look at Austin and Miley and the way that they do in this military leadership role stuff, and you're going, man, this is, I don't know. Because it's like, yeah, there's nefarious shit, but then there's people that are just they're stupid and don't know how to do that job. It's like that Mayor Pete dude. I don't know that he's so much nefarious as he is just ignorant and he's stupid. He doesn't know nothing about that job. He sucked at his other job. You know, glorified it here. So I don't know that he's so nefarious as it is them letting him get in. Then you get these judges, and you don't want to talk about definitions of stuff. And, you know, we make fun of how they won't say what a woman is, but no, really break that down. This is going to be a judge that can't give the definition of a biological term. That ought to make people nervous, because then how are you going to interpret law?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, they voted in Fetterman, but the guy couldn't even make a complete sentence.
Well, and just the fact that they put him in there, you know, and that this is what's happening, and it's like, well, holy
Right.
shit.
That's why I air quoted voted.
Well,
and
I, you know, and I feel bad. I mean, like, honestly, I feel bad for people like Fetterman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, had a stroke. You know, his brain screwed up. I mean, they've proven that when you have a stroke like that you can't even think correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damage.
Like, yeah, it does brain damage, and yet they're pushing him the way that they are, and it's like, geez, man. I mean, you people, like, really, like, I've seen some articles, you know, about veterans, and they're thinking he's brain dead, yada yada, and all this different stuff. And you go down and look at the comments, and these people are like, well, Fetterman could do a better job than Trump, or Fetterman could do a better job than ours, and it's like, you people are so screwed up.
I was
Go
going to
back
tell
to like what we were talking about earlier, like brainwashed. They're brainwashed. Sorry, you guys can't see me. I'm trying to get a fucking fire going in the wood stove because I'm freezing out here.
No, I was just fixing to go. I was going to pause you. I was going to mute you for a minute while Backwoods was talking because it almost sounded like you was trying to bust open a pack of chocolate chip cookies or something because it was like.
Yeah, I'm all done. Sorry, I was opening a package of these little fire starter things that I got.
Oh, okay. No, sorry, Backwoods.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Do we need to have a lesson in fire starting, Hillbilly?
No, why?
No, I'm messing with you. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, if we want to do it, we'll do it. But
I'm
shit, I
kidding.
can't spin my camera around. There we go. I don't think I need a lesson. I mean, maybe.
I'm just giving you a hard time, brother.
Remember when that fire sound?
Remember when
The
what?
one-handed fire starting challenge? Arkansas was doing it. The fire starting challenge.
Yep.
That was fun. That was fun.
Did you see what I did for the fire starter?
Sorry, go ahead. I did, but I could probably forget because that was a few years ago now.
I had I had a knife, a little knife that I'd bought, and it had a ferro rod with it. And what I did was took and made a spear with the knife. You know what I'm saying? So I made a spear with the knife, and then I made it to where I could take and put that spear and run it here like this and through my knees and put that knife right on the tender, and I could hold that with my leg and stuff, and I could strike it with one hand. And
that's right. Yep.
I also had the spear for a weapon, or whatever. So that's how I did my one-handed fire starter. And then of course you had them smart alecks, that went out and went, watch this. Well,
Yeah.
fire, with a Bic lighter, and it's like, come on, man, really?
Anybody can light a fire with a Bic lighter. Same.
Well, I bet my wife would beg to differ, but she gets pissed off ever since they put that stupid little solid band in the middle of the flint thing.
Oh yeah.
She's so soft and kind of like, so she doesn't do it rugged anyway. So it's like, yeah, she doesn't even bother. I got her one of those long extended ones now. She can just pull the trigger.
Yeah. I literally just took this lighter out of the package this morning because my other one died. And the first thing I did was take out my multi-tool and take off that strip. First thing. That's first thing. Boom.
I got me another backpack.
Oh, here, I'll put you full screen. Hold on, Backwoods.
Yeah, it's the
there it is.
Where you can close up the whole lid.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Diddy bag.
Yeah, I was down at the flea market and they had it for $30, and it's got the plastic on it, so it's and the plastic liner in it, so it's kind of like water resistant,
Oh, there you go.
Waterproof, and yeah, it's a nice.
Is it like a dry bag?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got some pockets and stuff here. I'm about to over this week. I've got a whole. You can take me off big screen. That's thank you.
You can take me out full screen.
Well, I've got like 2 or 3 5-gallon buckets, man, of just shit to go in bug out bags. Fire starters and foods and just all kinds of shit that I don't know, man. I'm walking through there and I'm just like, that would really be good in a bug out bag. So I buy it and then I throw it in a 5-gallon bucket. And when I get enough, and I find me a bag, so I'm going to be working on putting this bag together just for another camping bug out.
Yep.
I don't want it to be too heavy though.
Check that shit out. So Ross says, I buy a grass-fed cow. I buy the whole cow for $3,000. It lasts more than a year. Comes out to about $4 a pound. Not easy to come up with all at once, though. I understand. Yeah, but that's.
Is that including the butcher fee, or is that on the hoof?
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, I don't know, Ross. Is that processed? Is that already cut up or?
That's a lot of effing meat. That's something that you want to go in with like a family member or a friend or something like that.
Well, see, and to be honest, that's the things that, and I've told her that if I could rewind and go back to when first my son, she was first got pregnant, if I could at least go back to that moment, man, I would look at things so differently because you look at things like that. It's buy this for the year. So now that's done. You know, you buy this and it's done for the year instead of that. Oh, just run and grab this. Just run and grab this for the week. Grab this for the week. Grab this today. And you slowly dwindle down to where it's like you go grab supper out of the fast food place, you know, and you're just always on the thing. You don't realize how much money and time that just shit consumes.
Now that wouldn't be too bad of a deal, Ross. He says yes. It's
Packed and everything. So, oh
yeah,
yeah, it's a process then.
it's already frozen and everything. That'd be the way to go.
Hell yeah.
Shit, hell yeah.
That
Yep.
wouldn't be a bad deal. Right there.
That's the one thing I wish I could go. I'd budget myself a whole lot better
And
coming up if I could do it again.
and what Pure Blood said too. Stay at home dad. That's kind of the direction we're taking Pure Blood. My wife, you know, she has a full-time job, online school teacher, you know, and she takes little side projects and stuff. And that's why I started my own business instead of going to work for somebody, so that, you know, like if I've got 3 yards to do in a day, I don't have to get started at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? I can go do them 3 yards in, you know, about an hour a piece for each yard, make some good money, make $100, $150, you know, $125 that day, you know, just and I can be at home more. You know what I'm saying? I can like some of my properties are this way, and then some of them are this way on either side of my house. So I'll go do part of them properties, and then I'll stop back by the house and hang out for an hour, make sure my kids are eating, and make sure my daughter don't need nothing, because she actually goes to high school. But you know what I'm saying? Just make sure everything's cool, and then, you know, and then I head off and go do the rest of my properties. And and then there are some days, because my wife works from home, like some days of the week, and then a day or two, sometimes she'll go to the office. And on them days she's home, I'll go out and bust my ass and knock out, you know, several properties or whatever, knock out what I need to do, you know, and be gone all day. And then for like 2 days, I have nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? And I've made my money for the week, you know, good money. It's hard though, man. It's, you know, right now, but between, you know, the inflation and just, and then it being wintertime, of course, because grass don't grow during the wintertime, it gets difficult. It's, you know, it's hard to force people, even if they know you do good work. It's hard to force people to let you do work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't really force them, and it's just, you know, I stop by people's house. If I see somebody's yard that's, you know, got a bunch of limbs and it's all tore up and, you know, needs to be cleaned up or whatever, I'll stop by and give them my card, you know, and be like, hey, I'll clean your yard up for $40, you know. And sometimes they call and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're like, oh, we'll clean it up. And you go by there 3 weeks later and it still looks the same, you know, and they just don't, you know, they don't give it, you know.
They're too lazy to do it themselves and too cheap to pay somebody else to do it.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, it hurts. It hurts when I'm sitting here looking at that big thing and that one over there, and know that I've got, you know, $14,000 in my equipment, and you know, and I'm just sitting here. Nobody, you know what I mean? You get to where you're like, you know, so you have to save money through the spring and summer when you're working like hell, you know what I mean, to make it through the winter time because work is short during the winter. But I would rather, you know, because my wife has a good enough job, I would rather um sacrifice a little to be at home, you know, and my wife has told me, she's like, I like it better the way you're doing things now because I know you're home, or if you're not home, I know you're not too far away, you know, and since you work for yourself, you can, you know, you can leave and come home anytime. So it helps her out with when she goes to work, you know what I mean, that she can not have to worry about what's going on at the house. She can focus because she knows I've got it, you know what I mean? And
Right, your bases are covered.
yeah, so it works out well, you know. Obviously I can't, you know, if I was working a regular job, you know, where I was getting a certain amount of hours every every week, you know, that financially it would be better for us. But some things are better than the financial aspect, if that makes sense. Sometimes
Yeah.
being there, you know, being there and getting things done, you know, I'll be honest with you, you know, like I do dishes and laundry and shit all the time. I ain't fucked up about it. Ain't no big
Fuck
deal.
yeah, dude. My wife came down the stairs this morning at 5 o'clock, and I was already in the kitchen. I had unloaded the dishwasher. I was reloading the dishwasher and fucking washing pans from supper last night. And she's like, "Look at you being all domestic." I'm like, I don't have anywhere to be. Like, I'm here today, so like, of course, like you did shit last night, so I'm gonna do it this morning. I'm gonna clean up for you. So, because typically she'll get up, do the dishes, she gets the animals' food, you know, the dog's food and shit, right? But if I don't have to be to fucking work. I have, like you said, I have no problem doing the fucking dishes, bro, because her and I are a team. We help each other. So there's no like, I'm a man, you're a woman, and this is my job, your job. Like, fuck that nonsense, man. That shit needs to be fucking thrown to the wayside, that mentality.
Ross,
That ain't no Troy.
how dare you call my mower a Troy?
I wasn't going to cut you off, and I wasn't going to cut him off, but I was waiting for the moment I was fixing to go, that's a correction.
Troy or a Toro.
You
Man,
got a Troy bill?
That's a
hell no.
Gravely.
Both of my big mowers are Gravely's, man.
Mine too.
Okay. Yeah.
They've been around.
We got Skags that are big out here.
Yeah, Skag's a pretty big name brand mower, but yeah, mine are Gravely's, man. They've been around for forever. And yeah, that's in fact that big mower that I've got there, it's the commercial grade. It has a 28.5 horse motor on it.
Do you do all residential, or do you do some commercial, like commercial lawns too?
Both. I've got a contract basically with the phone company. And,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
I talked to the water company last week, and the guy said he was gonna. They normally have someone. They normally have one of their employees cut the grass, and it said it keeps them busy about 3 or 4 days a week. And I was like, and so that guy quit, and then one guy retired, and another guy quit. And when I went down there to talk to them about doing their properties this year, the dude was like, "Man, you want a job?" He goes, "You just come to work for us if you want." And I was like, "Well," I was like, "Man, I really hate to turn down anything, you know, because I don't want to be like that. But man, I've got, you know, 14 grand in mowing equipment here, you know, that I you know, I'm trying to do my own business, and well, not to mention, hell, I'd have to take a drug test, man. I don't want to do that. Screw that shit, man." You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. But no. So anyway, he's getting me a list together, and if I get that account, man, I'm probably only going to have about 2 residential properties. One old lady that I do her yard the last 2 years, and she wants me to do her yard again this year. It's a really easy yard to do. It's right in between two of my phone company properties, so I just pull right off the road to her
Mhm.
house. And it's a $60 yard, and it takes me about an hour and a half, and I'm done. That's weed eating, that's unloading all the way to load up, and I'm out of there. So
Yep. Nice.
yeah, I'm gonna cut her yard again this year, and I've got one other. This old lady that she's got a zero turn, and she can do the zero turn. She can still cut the grass, but she cannot start a weed eater. She can't hold one, and she's got a really big property, and it takes me about an hour, and I make $40 off of it. And because I'm quick enough with a weed eater, I only use about a half of half a tank of gas,
Mhm.
and don't even have to change the weed eater cord out, so it don't, what I'm saying? I stop, it takes about an hour, I'm done.
You're maximizing your profit.
Yeah, $40, and it's just right around the corner from my house, so I get it on the way home. And but the if I can pick up that water company property, man, that's gonna be the shit. Between that and the phone company, man, I'll be set.
Yeah, that'd be two good contracts.
Because because I live in the country basically, and it's, even though I live in the town, it's a real small town, but it's so much country. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of, like, the phone company, they got what they call remotes. So it'll
Mhm.
just be a building and a piece of property, and then the water company also has the same
Substations.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah. Those things. Yeah.
yeah, substation.
Yeah, that's actually what used to make fun of whenever I was in cable, because DSL, twisted pair, they have to have substations to boost that shit back up, where cable, you can just throw an amp in that line and keep running that cable line for miles and miles. But phone, twisted pair, always, at some point, they reach their viability, and they have to build one of those substations in order to then keep going.
Yeah.
But, oh, and by the way, I just want to point out, my condolences to you, Ross, because, yeah, I'm sorry. He has a Toro 48-inch.
Toro.
Shit, I
Yeah,
got
I'm
me
just
an
picking,
old
Ross.
ass John Deere riding mower.
Oh,
I
Hey, I
gotta
have
fill
a
up.
John Deere. I couldn't do it.
I gotta fill up the tires and jump start it every time I want to use it, but it still
Hey,
fucking
morning, Miss
starts
Willow.
up.
hey,
Morning,
Willow.
Willow. I used to actually have a riding mower, John Deere, and it wasn't till I saw backwoods, and then I kind of looked at the zero turn, and I was like, I wonder if I could if I position in one of those. And so there was one around here, and I got him to come by. I flagged him, and when he come by, let me sit on that for a moment. And I got up there, and the way the foot thing did in that seat, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go check. And because Backwoods had talked good about his and different stuff, so I went up to the place, and I was like, I want to check out that one. And I got up on it and sat, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this is like a little cockpit. Okay, I can kind of wedge myself in this seat.
Well,
And all of a sudden, I could got my man card back. I got to mow my own grass again. Dude, that was hard.
There you go.
No
I
offense
bet.
to nobody, but when I got to sit inside and watch my wife start to learn how to do the rod mower, it was really driving me crazy, because in 30 years, she had never done that. And then all of a sudden, she was having to do it.
Yeah.
well,
It drove me crazy.
I used to work for a landscaping company, and we did landscaping, and we did grass mowing, and I run a crew, and I had a Gravely then. And so down in Little Rock, there's this road called Cantrell, and it goes way down, and then it comes around. There's this other road that, man, I can't think of it, Chenal Parkway. Dude, it's got one of them great big dividers. The highway goes way, 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 way the hell out there. It's several miles, and it's just these great big dividers. That's probably 4 or 5 cars wide. You know what I'm saying? That go and
Well, like Jersey barriers.
I had to mow that, and I'm talking, it was several miles, and I'd just take that Gravely and just put that sumbitch all the way, man, and just mow, man. And dude, it just, that mower, you know what I'm saying? I did that for 3 or 4 years, and it just, man, it was such a good mower, and that's what the dude used was Gravely's.
Hey, this one, I even use it to move the chicken coop.
Yeah.
It does good. I did get stuck though the other day, and I gotta say it was kind of funny. I got stuck, and then I had to use the car to pull it out. And that was funny because I was stringing chains together.
Oh, I got my little one stuck. So there's this one property I got right up the road, and it's one of the
Bless you.
it's one of the telephone company remotes, and it's real swampy in there. So there's certain parts of the grass that I cut, and certain of it I just leave it alone because it's kind of swampy. Well, I got too close to the edge and of the gravel drive, and man, my mower started to slide, and it was like no matter what I tried to do, you know what I'm saying? It went. I mean, it just happened so quick, man, and I was stuck, and I was pissed, and I had my truck and my trailer over there, and I'm like, God dang, man, how am I gonna? So my wife happened to be working at home that day, and I was like, get that boy, and y'all come up here to buy Walmart to this property. And she brought the little vehicle we got, her car up there, little SUV, and it had the little front hooks on it. And man, she drugged me all the way down that damn embankment because it wouldn't come up, out of the embankment. It was real steep. And I was sitting there, man, I was cussing, man. I was mad. I was pissed.
You gotta get you a winch on the front of that thing, bro.
She finally, it finally caught somewhere and pulled me up out of there. And she goes, man, I thought I was gonna have to back all the way across the road. And I said, me too. I was like, God dang, This my big commercial one, I've got mud tires on it actually. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's no, you can't see them. It's too dark right there, but it's got knobbies on it.
Oh.
And you just practice a 3-point turn, and it doesn't tear the grass, So it's pretty easy, because when you're mowing, and you just cut in, back up, and just right back, a 3-point turn, and the knobby tires. But them knobby tires has saved me a couple of times, man.
I got stuck. It was back there, but it was because I was pulling the coop, and I didn't really think it was probably gonna work, but I told her, "What the hell? When I go, I'm gonna go for it. Just start holler at me if you see anything go crazy." And I took off on that damn mower, and I was looking, and I got right to that spot, and the coop snagged on it's an old stump hole, and it just enough of a catch. And I went, and the minute it said, zoot, it was like, oh, wait, that exposed that little moist underground part because that's one of the lower spots over there. Yep. Sure enough, I said, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So I unhooked the coop, and then I was trying to rock it, and it's like, oh, hell.
It's 10:56, gentlemen. I'm going to give 4 more minutes, and then I'm going to bounce out and start getting some more shit done.
You got it, man. Yeah, it's fixing to be 10 o'clock here.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock, almost 10 here, so I'm gonna have to go in there and fix it.
That'll give you like 3.5 hours or so there on the stream, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm at 3.5.
I'm gonna go in there and fix me a couple of ham sandwiches and grab a cold Dr. Pepper and head out. And what I'm doing right now, Hillbilly, is clearing around foam pedestals. Have you seen them little, just some little square, with like 3 foot tall foam pedestals that stick out of the ground everywhere?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, there's most of them are right by the ditches or whatever, or run along power lines and stuff. But a lot of them get growed up around them, you know, because people don't pull with them and the phone companies don't take care of them, and they just get growed up around sticks and briar bushes. And so them boys have been complaining, you know, about having them cleaned, and I come along and got their properties, and it was funny because I didn't even know they were complaining about it, but I got to noticing. I was trying to come up with a way to make money through the wintertime, you know, and so I went in and presented it to them, and I get paid $25 an hour to clean their phone pedestals. They give me maps, and they just give me a whole big section of maps, and I go and man, I'm gonna tell you, the phone company's maps are a son of a bitch to read, man, because they'll come up and they'll turn. It'll show them turning, you know what I'm saying, and then turning back and going this way, and you think, well, it just jumped across the street, and no, it actually didn't even jump. They just turned it a little, you know, and then the pedestals are still up there. So you're looking all down this side of the street, and you're like, where the hell's them pedestals at? And then you look over here, and it's like, oh shit, there they are, you know. The maps are confusing as hell, dude. But you know, I've kind of gotten it down, and I you know, because this is the second year that I'm doing the wintertime work for them. So second year of reading their maps. So I've gotten good at it. You know, I understand how they draw them out and why and everything. And yeah, that's what I do. I've got a 20-bolt DeWalt hedge trimmer. You know what I'm saying? And then I've got a 20-bolt DeWalt chainsaw, just one of them little 20-bolt chainsaws.
Yeah.
And because that and a weed eater, man, and I can pretty much do everything that I need. And I got some gloppers, you know, them little loppers, you know, and because a lot of times it's just some briars and
is it you got the 20-volt the 20-volt max, the lithium, or is it the bigger one?
It's the bigger ones. Are the 20
okay.
No, it's the 20
I got that one.
Like the chainsaw. And,
yeah. So you use the bigger battery?
I've got the ones like he's got the 5 amp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how many amps these are. It just says 20-volt max.
Them are 4 amp.
4 amp. Okay.
Yeah. Because I've got a DeWalt skill saw, and it has the smaller one, the 4 amp.
It's funny.
That's what I was just gonna say.
I've got the old DeWalt one. Matter of fact, look, shows you how old that is. That's even back from the day from 08.
Yeah, this is the new one.
But I've got an adapter so I can use the newer battery on this.
Oh, gotcha. Yep. I bought the skill saw like, I don't know, a year ago, and as an experiment, I built that whole new chicken coop that I did. I built that all, other than cutting the rafters, I built it all with the cordless drill and the cordless skill saw.
Oh, there you go. Dude, that's pretty, this chicken coop right here, matter of fact. I can't say I used this Sawzall because my old one, it gave up the ghost in building that chicken coop, and actually a few people in the community chat donated, and I was able to go buy me a new one because this has been my bread and butter.
Nice.
I believe in it. And then like this is my drill. That's that adapter.
Yeah.
But it's the old battery style drill.
Yep.
But yeah, that adapter and shit, it rocks.
Man, they're fucking smart on marketing that, huh?
Well, dude, check it out. I thought it was even kind of cool when I looked, and I thought, damn, some little China dude even figured that shit out. Look, put a USB port in it so I could plug the battery in. I could charge my phone.
Oh, no shit. Nice.
It just, you know, the little electric powered, you know, chainsaw, because like I'll get a limb like that big around, you know, and it's just,
how do you like that? Backwoods, how do you like the chainsaw?
It works great, man. Honestly, it's got plenty of power. You know, I mean, obviously, if you're going to be doing quite a bit of work, you know, get a damn gas. Which I've got 2 steel chainsaws. I've got a 16-inch and a 20-inch Farm Boss, and
hey, you know,
so I can, you know, if I get into some bigger stuff, you know, like we had that ice storm here
I'll show
a
you
couple
what
of
it
weeks
is.
ago, and one of the remote properties, the phone company properties, has one of the remote company properties has a bunch of cedar trees. And so, you know, them cedar trees got weighted down pretty easily and they broke. And man, it took like 5 truckloads of my pickup truck, you know, like I'm talking piling it up as high as the cab, and I was using ratchet straps to strap it down. Dude, it took 5 truckloads. So obviously I didn't even attempt to take the battery powered. I just grabbed my big chainsaws.
Right. But
And
for little shit, they work. Yeah.
yeah. But for what I do for cleaning the pedestals, the hedge trimmers actually have been like the shit, because you get in there and there's briar bushes and all that. Man, you just go in there and just cut a big square out, you know, and
Cordless.
just you know, with the hedge trim. Yeah, the 20-volt DeWalt.
Nice.
Same
No
battery.
shit.
Yeah, it uses
Huh.
the same battery. So yeah, I got a little inverter. I've got an inverter that I got in my truck, and I just plug the battery packs into them, you know.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't have any problems, man. It's a lot easier than sitting out there and cranking on chainsaw, and you know.
Yeah.
That's
Bringing
I got a
bringing
DeWalt
gas
weed
and
eater now.
oil and shit. Yep.
Yeah,
I get it.
I got that 20-volt weed eater because of just that. I got rid of the gas one because, dude, I can't. All that cranking and shit, it jacks my damn colon shit all up.
Mm.
I think I'm gonna get the 20-volt weed eater, because there's the cool thing about the phone company properties is I talked the guy into allowing me to spray Roundup around the buildings and on the entrances and stuff. And so I get to
You're
charge.
gonna use Roundup, dude? Are you out of your damn mind?
Damn right. I don't
Have
even.
you not seen all the freaking infomercials about Roundup? Oh my gosh. I can't even with you anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a fuck.
I use the shit out of Roundup, bro. I don't even dilute it down, actually, because I want to kill that shit and make it stay. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times all the weed eating I have to do is like in the ditches. You know, I don't spray Roundup in the ditches, but just at that first little entrance part, and then around the buildings and around the equipment that's there. So I don't have to weed eat shit. I mean, it's 9 times out
Well, I
of
can
10.
tell you now.
You know you're
I will
taking
tell you
away your job
backwards.
security, right?
Backwards, I'll tell you now that 20-volt DeWalt weed eater that little shit will rip some stuff up, and it'll do some high stuff too. I was actually, because that's my thing with any of the cordless stuff. It all sounds good, but I've always been bad to do that. I'm gonna go put that shit. So I did. I went back over in that corner when I first got it, and I just went to grinding that, and it would just chop it up. I'm talking pretty tall weeds, and I just grind it away, and it lasted a pretty good bit too. I was actually impressed. I was like, hell yeah, it's got some power. Ain't got to mix no gas. Don't have to mess with none of that shit. All you got to do is go slide it into there, give it about an hour. It's charged up again. Slap it in there. And
Yeah, I think because I've got like 5 of the big batteries. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of them 20-volt weed eaters just to have, you know, for them little quick times when all I got to do is jump out and I weed eat for like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I just got to knock this part down and this part down, and it just, you know, the price of gas and everything, it helps. You know what I mean? And as far as it goes for the Roundup, they pay for the Roundup too, so I don't have to worry about that as well.
man, I sure do. That'd be awesome, Canadian. He said whenever he came down from Canada, he's going to come down to his friends down in Texas. It's a few hours away, but he's going to bring me a DeWalt drill.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
All right,
Hell,
guys.
actually, it'd just be awesome to come on down and I'll meet you.
I'm gonna hop out of here. I gotta go get something to eat, and I gotta continue being productive.
All right, brother.
All right.
Later, here,
Thanks for having me. Good talks. We'll see you guys soon.
You got it, brother. You going backwards?
Yeah, I need to get something to eat as well. I hadn't had breakfast this morning, and so I'm getting kind of hungry. And then, like I said, I've got to head out. It's supposed to rain 2 days this week, so I'm gonna miss them 2 days for sure on making money. So, um, sorry, I was looking. Yeah, so it's supposed to rain. I think it's Thursday and Friday here, or Wednesday and Thursday.
It might be Thursday and
Wednesday.
Friday for you because I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday for me.
No, it's Wednesday, Thursday. It's an 80% chance of rain. Wednesday, and then Thursday just says rain. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even a percentage, it just says rain. So I'll miss them 2 days this week. So I need to get out and make some hours. I can make enough in today, the rest of the day today and tomorrow to, surpass what we need for the week. See is what it is.
Shit. I appreciate you coming up hanging out, brother.
I appreciate you letting me up, bro. Just be safe and don't let chat rile you up.
Nah. Appreciate you. I'm fixing to get me something to eat. I think I'm gonna start working on this coop, finishing it up. I gotta staple this bottom wire and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and make some money.
Right on, brother. Well, later,
Peace
brother.
out. See y'all.
Stay safe. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put y'all on the coop for a minute, and I'm gonna give you my good old Paul Thorne song, because I just love that song.
Thank you, I'm okay, I guess. I just need a little rest. I'll catch up on my sleep tonight. I ain't complaining, that's life. I've got blueberries in the yard. I bought 100 mason jars. I'm gonna pick them when they're ripe. Another season, that's life. Wipe that tear out of your touch of fall in the wind. Can't wait till you come back again. You're the brightest star in my sky. Wish you could stay, that's life. I know it's time for you to go. Here's a sandwich for the road. It's always hard to say goodbye. Ain't that the truth? That's life. Wipe that tear
journey has begun. Man, you know what, everybody? Regardless of what you face today, make it a good day. Choice is yours. It's all in your perspective. Make it a good day. I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate y'all starting your day with me. Make it a good one, everybody. All right, everybody. All right, Canadian, just send it, brother, and I'll answer you back. I'm going to get me something to eat. Make your day a good day. Keep your head on a swivel. And like Hutch would say, do the things. Peace out, everybody.